What's up, Facebook? What's up, everybody? Curt, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm super excited. We got Dr. Aaron Chapa in, so get your questions in. 346-704-1806.
Dr. Chapa, how are you doing today?
Guys, if I was any better, I would be twins. Could y'all imagine?
The Chapa twins.
Do you say, they say that there are twins. You have a twin somewhere out in the world. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what they say.
Wow. Like there's somebody out there
There's
who looks
somebody
like you.
that would look just like you and, kind of be your twin.
What about Dr. Globke?
What's that?
It's like Dr. Globke.
Oh, yeah, he is a
He's
twin.
a twin.
he found his twin. Yeah, I remember I playing basketball with those boys in high school, and they were so intimidating because they're just absolute muscle, man.
Yeah, Leland, he's pretty solid. And he was like, oh, yeah, my brother's like, no, he's like solid or something. I was just
more
okay.
solid or something.
Okay, so you tell us to get Dixie cups, right?
Ethan.
There's 3 of us here, right?
Yeah. How many did you get?
Ethan only got 2.
Two cups.
He's like, oh, just for Gardy and Curt, because he doesn't want to have to do it.
I wanted to do it
I got some Thymex
as well.
and
All right.
one for you.
Oh, he was holding.
Oh, he brought them. He brought them.
He was holding out. He's like, oh, I have a 3rd cup. Ethan. Man, last night I had to fire him like 4 times. He was helping me move.
Kurt's moving.
I moved apartments, and all of a sudden he was like singing and dancing. I'm like, Ethan, we're moving. Like, please.
This isn't fun. This is supposed to be fun. Stop it.
What song were you singing? Whoa, for the longest time.
What song is that?
If you say goodbye to me tonight. Oh.
Y'all enjoy Curt singing? Hey, everybody. What's up? Good morning. Hopefully, y'all share this video out because we need some questions. I probably have some questions myself, as you can tell. It's going to be a good day. We had an awesome show yesterday. We were talking to Stephanie from Furniture Zone. You can still nominate families to get a house full of furniture. It's called Home for the Holidays. Thank you to Chef's Table Charities.
He graduated. He doesn't need
We also talked about Del Tigre, which is something that me and my wife do. It was my wife's birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to her. We had a good day yesterday, and yeah, she had a fun time on the show. I thought she did great. And we're going to be giving away 2 $25 Del Tigre discount codes. All you have to do, and we haven't selected the winners yet, make sure that you go share the show from yesterday. Make sure that you comment on that video, and then just go like Del Tigre. So it's DELTIGRE, Del Tigre, just on Facebook. It's not Tiger though. Tigre, TIGRE.
Be the good.
It's a little bit of Spanish. So what's everybody up to? Ethan, I see you joined the stream. Good to see you, sir.
All right, now I am plugged in here.
Okay, we
Now we're
got.
cooking.
Here, I'll put that there so you can hear. But we got 52 seconds left, and then we're gonna go on the FM as well. But
What does that say? Be the good.
be the good, yes, sir.
Be the good.
Be the good.
Be the good for
It's
Jesus.
not really
It
easy to
says-
see, but believe there is good in the world. And it says,
So
be the
whenever
good.
we're Facebook, they can hear us through the mics.
Yep.
Cool.
So they heard all of that.
Good morning, Ashley. I see you out there.
So
It's
far,
so
this is
nice
what
to
we're
see
taking.
you.
We're
I
trying
want to
get
give
Gardy
props
healthy.
to Ashley at being out in the public for us. She goes out and helps spread the good news of health and wellness to the community
she's being the good.
while I'm in and Jennifer's in clinic, serving the patients.
We got 7 seconds. Y'all ready? Let's do this. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
We got Dr. Aaron Chapa in studio. Dr. Chapa, good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. I love tuning in with you guys and seeing what the world is doing in KHE Radio Land. 99.5 is the bomb. Kickstart Radio and Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center coming together to make things happen.
Yeah, KHEA Radio, sometimes its own special little place. You have to tune in and see what are those guys getting into today.
That's for sure. People totally. And my patients come in all the time. And they say things like, those guys are crazy. Like, how do they do what they're doing? And I'm like, because they're crazy. I think it's awesome. And sometimes it takes a little spark of crazy to wake people up and let them know that There's fun out in the world. People are having a good time. And, I know that y'all are an inspiration to people. So it's pretty awesome.
The weird part is we get called a lot of things here. I think that's the first time you and I have ever been called crazy.
Really?
Surprising.
Usually it's like troublemakers, frat boys, playmakers, the huge.
Hustlers. I don't know.
Not hustlers. Who y'all hustling?
Just each other.
Oh,
Pretty much is what happened.
That may be true.
So you were here last week. I was out of town, but you went to an event in North Carolina. How did that go?
It went fantastic. We had, it's been a week and a half now, and the message, my patients were asking, so what'd you learn? They always want to know what we've learned at the seminars we go to. So me and my staff went out to North Carolina, and we sat with medical doctors and PhDs, and we saw the research and development facility for Standard Process, who is a whole food nutrition company that we use in our office. And we use herbs and out of Australia from a company called MediHerb that goes through that same kind of venue of Standard Process. And it's amazing. The message that I got was, I've always taught this over the years, that if you're not detoxing in the 21st century, you're missing a huge piece of your healthcare plan. And I always recommend people do 2 detox programs a year with us. So I built something called the Ultimate Detox Experience, and which we're launching again in January. We've been doing this for the last 13 years, but I've always promoted people to do a detox twice a year. When I walked out of that seminar, and I sat on the information and reviewed my notes for a few days, I realized they were talking about bioaccumulation, the accumulation of toxic crud from the environment, the air, the processed food that we overindulge in, and the contaminations in what we put on our skin, what we put on our hair, all these different venues. Toxic mold syndrome in buildings. They call it sick building syndrome. And they just went on and on and on down the list of all the different things that people are exposed to out in the world, whether it's voluntary or involuntary. And wherever you are in the world, you're being exposed to stuff. And the more you live on the planet, you're a victim of bioaccumulation. And so detox becomes even more important. And so one of the messages that they kind of promoted is to detox. Well, I'm already detoxing. But what I really gathered is that maybe we're not doing it enough. And what I've observed is that people take better care of their pets than they do of themselves. And so my challenge to people this year, that's going into this next, new year, is let's detox 4 times a year. So every 6 months and on the quarters. And what that'll do is I'm going to do, for example, 28 days in January. I'm going to do 21 days at the 6-month mark. And then I'm going to do a 10-day at my quarters. And what that is overhauling the engine, so to speak, of the body. It's giving the brain a cleanse. It's giving the lymphatics a cleanse. It's giving the liver a cleanse and the kidneys a cleanse. And when you think about it, people they don't do it because they're not aware that they should do it. And one of my missions at this point is just to go back to what I've always taught, is that if you're not detoxing in the 21st century, you're missing a huge healthcare piece of your healthcare plan. And because we've got patients coming in, and I had a lady yesterday come in, she's her second visit. So we call it, her report of findings visit, where we kind of go through what we found on day 1 and what we're going to do moving forward. But I did something interesting with this patient. I had her do a 10-day blood sugar program that we built for just to kind of get her into the game and help her just acclimate. She was doing a lot of sodas, and it was around the holidays. So she wanted to, just do something to force her not to get into that stuff. She lost 10 pounds in 10 days. And now what's more important is she had no headaches. What's even better is she was sleeping in 10 days. She got like this kind of effect. And so it goes back to what we've been talking about for the last 3 months, is what you eat's important, but what you don't eat is more important. And it just food, guys.
More
matters. More important. There he is. Curt out of nowhere.
Wow.
I'm just saying. I mean, hey, better late than never.
Hey, so I have maybe a funny statement. What if you showed up to one of these like North Carolina, when you went to North Carolina, and they're like, you know what, guys, we've been doing it all wrong. Eat more dessert. Eat more dessert. And
I
like
think they'd
everyone
kick
was
you
like,
out. They're gonna kick you out.
Or my kids come in and just to kind of piggyback on that, and they say, what if we get to heaven and we can, and all the things, vegetables are bad for us and all the sugar is good for us?
It's possible.
I'm like, I said, honey, that is heaven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, I've seen some people posting memes and some thoughts on social media, right? Where it's like, every time I try and go on a diet, God changes the lettuce. The lettuce is trying to kill us, and I'm not. It's just not for me. You know, like I'm going to stop trying to go on a diet. I'm going to stop trying to change the way I eat.
I literally, so on, when was that? Friday night, I went to Gringo's and I ordered their healthy chicken salad that they have. I forget, but it's this nice like chicken salad, and it has like, you know, yeah,
It's
I
nice.
mean,
It's like nice.
It looks so good. So I posted that in the Bay Area, Houston food lovers, like, hey, went with a healthy option at Gringo's, blah, 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 blah. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're going to die. There's lettuce in there. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, when I was in South Carolina, everybody was asking like, hey, is there, is there romaine lettuce? Was that the one that was contaminated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there romaine? Okay. What are y'all doing instead? You know, like, oh, no,
That's right.
don't get the Caesar, you know.
I
It's
took
just
a
funny.
picture with my kid in front of the salad station at HEB the other night,
Dangerous.
and I'm like, and there's not one lettuce on the whole market.
Wow.
I'm like, I looked at the guy and I said, what the heck? And I got a picture of my kid going, you know, because there's nothing, and so, look, at the end of the day, things happen. I mean, it doesn't mean that vegetables are bad. It just means that batch of wherever they're sourcing that
around the world,
is
which
not
is so
a
crazy.
problem.
It's like South Carolina, nope. Texas, nope. Like everywhere, it was just like, hey, I guess this is better just to not risk it at all. I guess.
Is this an Ethan statement?
Yes.
Lettuce is dangerous. Everybody, remain calm.
Oh, Ethan.
He is such a character.
romaine lettuce.
Hey, so there's a question here that says, Gardy, Curt, are you guys going to participate in the Ultimate Detox Experience with Dr. Chapa and Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center in the new year?
Not 28 days. I would die.
Come on.
We pretty much did. I feel like we did 28 days the last time. It was a 21-day thing. But I remember asking Ashley whenever we started the
I didn't
last
do
one. I said,
21 days.
Ashley, have you ever done one? She was like, well, no, not that long. You know, not 21 days. And so I was like, well, are you going to do the 28-day one? You know, 20, because that's what you said, right? At the beginning of the year, 28.
Well, that's what
then
I'm
21.
doing, but I'm still just going to promote 21 because most people, like you said, that it's maybe pretty daunting. But at the end of the day, here's the deal: is we're always going to aspire to something, and the people just need to know that things are possible. Like I did a 34-day juice feast in the beginning of this year where I had 160 ounces of juice a day. That's all I consumed for 34 days. And they call that a solid food vacation. That was pretty amazing. And it was amazing. It's amazing who you become on the flip side of that. And so I think that willingness to do what is necessary to take care of the body. And, I had over Thanksgiving, I had a couple plates of food and maybe ate a little bit too much myself, and I had reflux, and I'm like, what? I've never had reflux, good thing I got some enzymes and some stomach acids to help break that stuff down. And, but it dawned on me too, is, food backs up in our tissues. We can have anywhere from 11 to 15 meals caked up inside of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do you think I'm doing this week to help, remedy some of that backup?
I'm thinking you're doing some detoxing.
I'm doing a type of detox for sure. What I'm doing is it's called a gallbladder liver flush. And so it is 4 days of
Sounds
apples,
delicious.
pears, and applesauce.
Oh, wow.
That's
okay.
all I get for 4 days. So I can cook it, steam it, grill it. I can bake it, whatever I want to do with the apples. But I'm going to load up on the apple pectin, the fiber. And I'm going to use some of this stuff that we're about to take here called phosphate and choline. And I'm going to dilate the gallbladder, the bile ducts, the liver hepatocytes. And I'm going to emulsify or melt gallstones.
Is that too much sugar though? I mean, it's
only for 4 days, so it's not
Okay.
gonna. But yeah, it is a lot of sugar.
That's more sugar than you're used to eating, probably.
Yes,
for sure. Right.
But it's also kind of fun in the fact that I don't ever do that.
Yeah.
But in this process, so I'll go Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll eat nothing but apples, pears, and applesauce and about a gallon of water or so. Then on Friday, it's a fasting day. And then on Friday evening, I'll have 4 ounces of olive oil, 4 ounces of freshly squeezed lemon juice, some cinnamon and vanilla to kind of make it go down smoother. And I'll suck that down as fast as I can. And then sometime that night or that early morning, AM hours, or even by 10 a.m. the next morning, you'll pass gallstones.
Wow.
And I've done this over 18 times. I've passed over 300 gallstones and never had a symptom of pain ever. But that just means that what I've learned is people that have gallbladders removed, or people that still have their gallbladders, fortunately for those, that everybody has a backup and a buildup of sludge in their tissues. And if we can get that sludge out, it's like changing the oil on your car, and your body will reproduce the bile, and it will improve function of the 600 pathways in your liver. And if we look at the liver's the giver. The more we take care of our liver, the more it'll give us back in good health. It'll have us radiant, healthy skin.
Did you say gallstones? Like, I'm imagining like these big old like
From
bowling ball size
from
like,
Galway, Ireland. That's
No.
what I think of, like stone. It's like Stonehenge, Ireland. It's like Galway.
So gallstones, and yes, they're from the gallbladder, but
are they big?
They can be the size of a thumbnail down to the average size of a pea or your pinky nail. But most of the ones that I'll pass in this process, because of the way we built this program to melt these stones, will be the size of a pinhead. They'll be very, very small.
Okay.
Sand. But I have, in 300 different stones and 18 attempts at this thing, I have passed stones the size of my thumbnail before.
Hey, so we have a question. This is from Jennifer Fuller. She is the creator and the brain behind Bay Area Houston Food Lovers. Does a lot of cool stuff in the community. She's a food critic as well. But she asks, Dr. Chapa, do you write customized diets?
So it's a great question, and we do and we don't. So initially, what we do is we help you by first seeing what you're eating, and we want you to bring in a food log. Like, we just wrote a new document that we're using in the office because we want to give people an understanding of why we're having them write out food logs. Because if you can name a thing, you can control a thing. And like you guys were talking on the front of this show, is that most of the time people get caught up in a diet food plan, and they doesn't change them. They can do it for 20 days. They can do it for 30 days, but then they fall off the wagon, and then it's really hard to get back on it for them. So what we'd rather do is see what it is that you're eating, and then start building and adding to your life slowly but surely, almost like you're climbing a mountain. But you don't realize that you've climbed the mountain whenever we get to the top. You're like, wow, I've done all this work, and now it's very natural to me. So we do build customizable diets, but not in the form that I'm going to say like, all right, I want you to eat, 250 calories of this at this time. And I'm not going to have you do the exact same thing each and every day. What happens too often is that we're not, we are all biochemically similar, but we're also all biochemically unique. And so what works for you won't necessarily work for your best friend or your grandparent or something, So we approach different case by case, and we build the story of what it is you already like, and we start adding to that. And then of course we mostly looking at, hey, what are the inflammatory stuff? And so that is a very, valid, question as well.
So I actually have another question as well. So Curt is taking some Allerplex.
Okay.
It's Standard Process. That's where you were at the convention, the conference in North Carolina. That's where Standard Process was holding their event, right?
Yep.
So what does Allerplex do?
So Allerplex is a combination product that it has a product called Antranex in it. It's got pneumotrophin PMG in it. It's got liver support beta food in it. And the whole point of this product is to basically barrel away a path through the liver so that all the allergens that you're dealing with that are going out of your head, your ears, your nose, your sinuses, are going to start draining out your lymphatics like they're supposed to. And so Allerplex is a great tool that will allow your allergies to go down without putting you on an antihistamine. It's not an antihistamine, but it has an effect like an antihistamine because of its effect on the liver, and it strengthens and makes the liver more potent.
Curt, so you've been taking this for how long? Like a little over a week now, right?
Yeah.
And you suffer from some crazy allergies. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah. Pretty much every day I wake up.
How have you felt?
I'm still trying to get used to when to take it. Because I've noticed that if I take it and my allergies have already started, it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference.
So like a preventative type thing?
Well, how much are you taking? That might
3.
be.
I'm taking 3 a day.
So like if they've already kicked up, go 3 a day total?
Yeah.
So like when you're already flared up, it's like what you're doing at 3 a day, you're taking a water pistol to a forest fire. It's a good idea. It's just not effective. So you got to take more.
Oh, okay.
So in this case, because it's what Standard Process did is they built a Plex product line. So like anything that says PLEX at the end, it's a combination of like 3-4 products.
Okay.
And so you would take more. And in this case, if my allergies were flared up, I would take 5 3 times a day for a day, and then I would back it down once I got in front of the wave, so to speak.
Oh, it does say, I guess I've never noticed it. It does say 3 capsules per meal or as directed.
You know,
I usually take 3
total.
But I've noticed if I take it in the afternoon, then I feel fine the next day.
Yeah.
Like I don't have the allergies the next day.
What you ought to try, and this is good. This is a great, and see what you're doing right now is you're experimenting. You found that 3 a day, 1 or 3 in the morning or whatever doesn't seem to kind of get you over that allergy hump, so to speak. But if you took 3 in the morning and 3 at dinner, you might see a different, result. Yeah. And people go, well, I don't want to take 6 pills a day, or that's what people tell me all the time. But the reality is this isn't pills, guys. I mean, look on that bottle and read to me the proprietary blend.
Spanish moss. That was the first thing I saw.
It's got food in it,
Right.
Yeah, Spanish moss, soy protein.
Not soy protein. Let me see that.
Yeah, it does.
The thing that I will say is that whenever I was out of town and I came back, you're a lot better allergy wise. Before I left, it was like,
don't forget
my
the
gosh.
second ingredient, fenugreek. So fenugreek seed is great for clearing out the lymphatics and opening up your lung passageway. So it gets rid of drainage, that congestion. Okay. It's got betaine hydrochloride. Betaine hydrochloride helps the stomach break down trash. So we're roto-rooting multiple downstream systems. And so what we are in our office at Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center, we give tools to help the downstream systems. We're a systems-based clinic. We don't treat symptoms, we treat systems. And when you focus on system-based nutrition, what happens is you improve the symptoms by fixing the downstream issue. And in this case, we're fixing gut work. We're doing liver work because that's where most people have the allergy resides. And it's backing up into the tissues, in through the lymphatics, and going out the sinus. Then you've got lung support. You've got which is basically it's a PMG product, and the lung support. What it's designed to do is to feed any any inflammation markers that are in and around the lungs, and it's almost like we're feeding the lung tissue. It's got carbamide, fantastic drainage for the liver and the kidneys. Oat flour. It's got adrenal support, adrenal PMGs, alfalfa, dried alfalfa. This has got buckwheat. When you look at the ingredients, it's all ingredients that build a healthy, allergy support without giving the body. Just drink it straight, without giving the body drugs. We're not going to support it with chemicals. And I think that one of the things that people don't realize is they underestimate the power of food, but it always starts with food. It's so interesting. And so when you look at the ingredients that we use, we're always using food as our medicine, because the food will first heal you, or if we get in trouble, the food can cause distress. So we had somebody make a comment here about gallstones and what a gallstone is made out of. Gallstones basically are cholesterol and bilirubin, and these they basically accumulate due to stagnation, and that stagnation occurs because it can't drain into the small intestine because we're either dehydrated or we're not getting the right type of fats in our diet. And what I mean by that is they're eating too much partially hydrogenated oil. They're getting into canola oil, corn oil, some of the peanut oils, these rancid oils that go bad when we're digesting these and our body isn't doing well with them. And so the gallstones that people are walking around with they're due to stagnation. They just sit there and sit there and sit there, and their body's not fully utilizing the daily impact because of liver congestion and the bad fats that we're consuming as a whole.
Okay, so we have another question. This is Joe. I think he's out of Brownsville, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe Martinez says, I'm a truck driver. What do you recommend to eat healthy? So somebody who's on the go, somebody who's traveling. And I used to be a touring musician. And so I would do that lifestyle as well. So it's just like, hey, sleeping in the van, sleeping on the floor, sleeping wherever you can, right? And then like, what do you eat? Because you want to stay healthy. And then like, what can you eat? Like if you're on the go?
Yeah. So, when you're on the go, it's always tough. One of the statistics I just read the other day is that more than 50% of the population eats out. Like we eat out 50% plus more than we eat at home. And so it is always harder to eat on the go and be healthy. But it depends on where you're at, Joe. When you're in no man's land, it's probably going to be hard to find a place that has good vegetables. Right. But here's the thing. Without saying this as a mainstay for everybody, I'm going to say it as a mainstay for everybody, which is stay towards a no-grain diet. And so when you sit down at any restaurant and they offer you, a whole bushel of tortillas, don't eat the tortillas. Whenever you try to pull your tortilla in half. As opposed to eating one tortilla, now you're having 3 tacos, but you only had 1.5 tortillas as opposed to 3 tortillas.
Yeah.
Because that massive amount of starch is like glue. 90% of the breads or tortillas or grain products purchased today, cereals, pastries, are loaded with enriched flour, and that enriched flour is a glue. And then they use niacin monothymate or thiamine mononitrate, and it basically is a type of chemical. And so when we put these things in the body, they cause a clog to happen, and it literally is glue inside of our tissues. And so when you eat that much grain, whether it's sandwich bread, so if you're eating a sandwich at a fast food joint, open the sandwich up, pull the meat and the dreaded lettuce out, and that
cursed romaine lettuce.
Cursed romaine lettuce.
Romaine.
Get it out of here.
And eat the insides, right?
Right.
And so, or if you're into sandwiches and you really just don't know if you can go without, the full sandwich experience, then pull half the bread off, because the slice of bread can turn into 1/4 cup of sugar in your body.
A quarter of cup.
A quarter of a cup of sugar.
You know how big that is? That's
so
big.
you should have either run down and grab 1/4 cup and fill it full of sugar, and then you eat it.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Oh, that would be
Do we have
too good.
sugar?
I was one of those kids growing up that would eat the sugar.
I got you beat. My mom, I would put a tortilla on a skillet, and I'd put butter all over it, and then I would sprinkle sugar all over that and roll that baby up and eat
cinnamon sugar. Did you put cinnamon?
That would have been good too. Yeah.
That's not normal.
That's what I do.
That's what I think. That's
what everybody does, right?
I was gonna say 1/4 cup of sugar helps the Thymex go down, but
You gotta chew that up.
yeah, I've done one, and I'm trying to see. I'm doing my own experiment over here. I took one, and then I'm taking another. Hey, I do have a question. So you were talking about eliminating some of the grain, and if you're on the go, maybe go to a fast food place. Take just eat the inside of the burger, right? So somebody else had asked, hey, how you feel about the keto diet, because a lot of places have keto friendly menus now, and even like I've gone to Wendy's before and said, hey, can I get it without the bread? And they're like, oh yeah, what? It's just normal now, and they have the container how they do it. So a lot of places are getting used to serving things
that people like
keto friendly. Yeah.
So absolutely. So I'll say keto is one of my favorite diets because of what it takes out of your diet. Most people that do keto, they get rid of a lot of junk food. And so what you eat is important, but what you don't eat is more important. So the keto is so powerful in the fact that, one, it takes away a lot of inflammatory foods. Number two, it's taking grains away. When you take grains away, all of a sudden, your body will start balancing blood sugar a different way. You got 5 hormones that will raise your blood sugar. You got 1 that will lower it. But yet we run around in a world that is loaded with high blood sugar people. And so did God mess up or did we mess up? Right. And the reality is we're just informed that bread 6 to 11 times a day on the U.S. food pyramid is a foundation. It's not. That bottle of water in your hand is a foundation. That's what we should be building. Like when you wake up in the morning, you drink 40 ounces of water or 30 ounces of water or 16 ounces of water, depending on your weight. And then when you go through a keto process, you're going to cleanse out fat cells. You're going to cleanse out trash in your lymph. You're going to get trash out of your body that is making your body sluggish and sick.
So we have another question, and this one I don't even understand. It's Jennifer Fuller's question, but I'm sure you'll understand. She said, Dr. Chapa, do you believe the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is unbalanced in the majority of people? How important is it to keep this balanced?
Good question. Great question.
Can you first start by telling us what omega-6 and omega-3 is? Because I looked at that and I was like, Jennifer Fuller is like talking more than what
Jennifer
we know.
is a smarty. That's awesome. But she's a foodie too, so she understands stuff. So thank you for the question. So omega-6s and omega-3s and omega-9s, these are types of fats that we get into. And so in the olden days, like where most people get their omega-3s and omega-9s today is like fish oil, right? And these are healthy fat precursor hormones. So they help support the body's making of healthy hormones. So they're not hormones. They are healthy foundations to build healthy hormones.
Gotcha.
So you've got these things called, DHA and EPA and all these different, types of nutrients that come into our body build these healthy downstream hormone precursors or hormone processes that we need to function every day. So omega-3 and omega-9s typically come from fish oil. But did you know that there was a time when the beef that we eat, because they were free range walking on the land, they were loaded with omega-3s and omega-9s. But now they're loaded with omega-6. Why? What changed? It's their diet. Because the cow is eating and becoming whatever it is eating. So they feed it a lot of grain. And when we feed the cows a lot of grain, and we load them up on omega-6. And those omega-6 to omega-3 ratios that she's talking to is extremely out of balance. At last statistic, I think it's supposed to be a 6-to-1. It's 30-to-1. And so we are completely inflamed. And basically what she's saying is, do I believe that our inflammatory processes are out of balance? Yeah. We are eating too much of the wrong food and not enough of the right food to bring our balance ratios back in. So how do we get back? We eat grass-fed. We eat local, and we meats. We fish not from the farm, farm raised, because a lot of these farm raised fish today, you can't just buy any fish at the store. You really need to be buying wild caught fish. And of course, there's going to be conversation about mercury, and there's going to be conversation about all these other factors. But remember, that the fish has a built-in detox pathway as well. And so they're dealing with stuff in the world like we're dealing with stuff in the world, bioaccumulation of toxin, and we're all dealing with it, right? Even the animals. and so when we eat farm-raised fish that are being fed soy and GMO soy, when we're eating farm-raised fish, they're being fed corn, and they're being fed things that they don't eat, and so we're not feeding our what we're eating well, so we're getting these imbalances like she's talking to here.
The thing that so they feed these cows and animals grain because it fattens them up so they get bigger quicker than if they ate the grass.
That's right.
So
it's all because in that industry, it's all about weight to dollar ratio.
Yeah. So the same thing would kind of happen to us. So like if we eat more grain, we're gonna get that fat.
Man,
more.
you just had a revelation. That's absolutely brilliant. That you got that.
And then I guess the other thing about that is weird is that the grass is like for the most part free. Like they have to pay for the grain to be brought in, but it's all about money at the end of the day. So hey, I can get more money because this cow is going to weigh more.
Right.
To sell it.
My friend, he's got at livestock out in Santa Fe, and he sent a picture when he took his hog to the slaughter. His hog was skinny compared to the, and it wasn't skinny, but his hog was skinny compared to the corn-fed ones, right?
Yeah.
And because his are all free range, and trust me, like you want your pig to be, free range. You don't want to be feeding them all that slop.
Yeah.
So we have kind of switching subjects a little bit. This is going to kind of working out, not just what you're eating, but Angie says,
Give
what
me
is
a flex, Kurt. Speaking of working out.
It's hard to see the bicep when I'm wearing a sweatshirt. But Angie says, what is a natural supplement for muscle recovery currently using BCAA?
Branch chain amino acids.
What is the muscle recovery using them? So your body tears down muscle.
No,
when
what is a good natural supplement?
Like what's something to use instead of like branch chain amino acids? If you want to use something for a natural supplement for muscle
to
recovery.
help these muscles continue.
So it's getting back into the animal proteins. I mean, bringing that because that's where you get your amino acids. So your essential amino acids come from good source proteins, and so if you don't want to use a supplement version of an amino acid, you want to use food, which would be your proteins.
And you want to get those not from the store, or what's the best way to do that? Somebody did ask that question earlier. Like, where's the best place to buy healthy
like meat? Yeah, like is it
like
better to not get it from a store?
Like go to Stone Cold Meats or something like that.
So where we go, we were using a place called Zaycon Foods, but they unfortunately went out of business. They had some I guess some political junk going on in the in the corporation side, but they were raising non-hormone, GMO fed, free range creatures, whether it was pork, whether it was beef, or whether it was chicken, but they're gone. There's a company that we're researching right now called Butcher's Block, but what I always go back to, hey, let's try to buy local. So like Natural Living in League City, Irma's Nutrition Store in Nassau Bay, they find a local farmer. They have these farmers markets where these people come together, and we can go in and all buy a cow, for example, and then we just split up the meat and go about our business. And these are all free range, and that would be the best way, because now we're not only supporting our local farmers, we're also supporting our own bodies, because they guess what? Those farmers are eating that same stuff. So there's people that understand what we're talking about from a food perspective, probably like Jennifer here, who's asking these questions, and food matters, and what we feed the food that we're eating matters.
Like hunting. I know it's like hunting season, I guess, right now, and it always switches, but I like that stuff. I've never gone hunting in my life, but I have had people that are like, hey, you want some deer? You want some of this? And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome.
My neighbor just came home with a whole deer, and he goes, whoever wants to process it can have it. And so I'm in the kitchen slicing it up, and I'm getting my cut.
Oh yeah, get excited.
And so I've got deer meat, I've got backstrap, I got the sirloin, I got some. I mean, but it's so amazing, and it tastes very different, and it is good. But here's the thing, Kurt, you shake your head, but man, have you ever had it?
Listen, so
he just put a comment that said, "Can you imagine cutting up a cow? Are you about to go vegan?"
No, but
that's
like,
fine.
For me,
I encourage it.
I cooked my first turkey for the very first time. It was a butterball turkey, so I didn't have to cut it up or anything. But I literally had to reach in and like grab stuff out of it, and I'm like, that was like walking around on the planet, and like that's like its rib cage, and I was just like,
isn't that awesome?
Can you imagine doing that to a cow? Be like, oh, here's the ribs of
dude.
A cow.
Didn't you ever take biology and like
dissecting?
I hated it,
dude. Dissecting. That's where I excelled in dissecting stuff. Oh, the smell was terrible, but we dissected little piggies and cats, and
we dissected a cat. Yeah.
When I was in
weird.
my doctorate program, I dissected 100+ cadavers. I got to like look and study multiple different types of bodies that came in.
So the deer's not going to phase you.
Oh no, it's fun.
Yeah, Kurt.
It was like a flashback to the anatomy lab.
Kurt, you haven't done much cooking.
No,
right?
I don't do much cooking. As a single dude, there's just not a whole lot of cooking that needs to happen. It's hard. Like
I did.
Oh, dude, let me tell you. This is how I would do it. I would buy an Instapot, and I would have thrown that chicken in the Instapot, and I would have. So I'm gonna give props to my son Dash. All right, and the other day I said, Dash, you're gonna help me baste the chicken today, And because my wife was having a little party and we didn't have a whole lot of time. So I'm like, but I was like, you know what, this is a good teaching tool. And so I get him over there and we pull the skin up off the chicken, the whole chicken. And we had to pull out the inside just like you did. And we put a little bit of, bone broth in our Instapot, about a cup or so. And then we put spices in between the skin and the meat of the bird. Then we sprinkled some lemon and all kinds of other good stuff on top and threw some onions and stuff in this Instapot. And we pushed go. My son comes back 17 minutes later and is like, or I think it was actually 45 minutes later is what that one actually took. But 45 minutes later, and the meat fell off the bone.
Ooh.
It was so good. And my son goes, that was awesome. And so he got an experience in, cooking a whole chicken and how easy it was.
Mm-hmm.
The technology, that's where we can leverage technology to our benefit. I mean, there's value in the technology, but we have to be mindful that not all technology is making our food processing system healthier. And so we've got to eat these birds and you got to be, mindful. Let's make sure that whatever bird we're buying is a free range creature and not, loaded up on soy and fake food. Because if you eat make-believe food, the best you'll ever get is
make-believe health.
That's my man, Gardy.
Make-believe health.
Oh, Curt, coming in from the backside. Love that. Good job, sir.
Okay, right now
Nailed it.
It's 9:20. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 a.m. We have Dr. Aaron Chapa in studio. Really excited about having Dr. Chapa in, answering all these questions. There's a lot of great questions right now.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And we got another great one that just popped over. I just want to encourage everybody, share us, like us, tell your friends and family about us. Guys, we want y'all to know at Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center, we believe that all life starts and stops at the cellular level, and nutrition is your fundamental backbone to get traction and get a grip on your health plan. And we want to help you, guide you, move you forward one bite at a time. It can be done. And so I got another question here. It says, what's the best way to is salads eating every day to lose weight? Well, maybe not right now because of the romaine situation, but but on the grand scheme, yeah, there's still other good, vegetables and salads out there that you can leverage and use. They're good. There's good water in there. There's good nutrients and phytonutrients, especially the more raw that you eat it. And so it will definitely help in the losing weight process because it also doesn't gum up your system. It creates a movement, and stagnation causes our body to retain fluid. So getting rid of the stagnation by using the fiber from the veggies is a powerful tool in balancing out your weight. Now, we want to ask the different question though. Are we losing weight? What kind of weight are we losing? So because anybody can be locked in a closet and they'll lose weight, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't want, I'm going to lose weight this week eating, 12 apples a day, but I'm not going to live like this for long, and I'll put protein back in and all will be good. But we want to make sure we're losing the right kind of weight. So I don't want you just to, jump on a vegetable only diet and, lose weight and not understand how to balance the proteins conversation or the healthy fats conversation. There's more to it than just, hey, losing weight. Let's lose the right healthy weight in addition to boosting our metabolism and strengthening that lean muscle mass growth potential we all want.
Whenever I get salads, in order to make them really good, I'm thinking like Jason's Deli. Like if I'm not on a diet per se, or I'm not trying to do anything, I'm like, okay, I want cheese. I want like all of the cranberries, the raisins. I'm probably putting like one of the little gingerbreads and like Thousand Island dressing. And sometimes I think sometimes people are like, well, this is better than a cheeseburger. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't when by the end of the salad bar trip, So I think it's important to realize exactly what ingredients you're putting on your salad, because it's like, oh, it's a salad still, right?
I mean, so we can mess up a salad. We can put stuff on there that's loaded with sugar. We can put stuff on there that's loaded with bad oils. We can put dairy products in there. And so what we eat is important, but what we don't eat is more important. So we've got to still be mindful of what we're throwing on the salad. Now, at the end of the day, you're right. You're going to get more value nutrient-wise. So I want to encourage the vegetables in the salad, but I also want to help people really, really understand like doing this 13 years and watching people go through the process. I had this one lady, dare me, right? And so this is just a testament to food. She says, I will only eat green beans. That's it. I will eat no other vegetable, none.
Wow.
But you can give me any supplement you want. Guess how much better she got? She didn't, because she kept eating the inflammatory food. So it's like every time I would give her water, right, to put the fire out, she was pouring a bucket full of gasoline more than the water I was putting on. So if you feed the fire, or if you dispose of if you put the retardant, so to speak, on the fire, which one wins? The one you feed more, right? Mm-hmm. So those fires that are going off in California, got to pray for those guys. When they drop that retardant down, they're trying to create barricades and stop that fire from progressing. But that dry, windy air is just spreading that fire like wildfire. And we got all that excess brush it's just like, going up in smoke. Well, How do we get that to go down? Well, we have to put more water than there is fire. Well, that's the same thing in our body. If you're eating a ton of inflammatory foods, milk, cheese, yogurt, sour cream, ice cream, wheat, gluten products, you've got to recognize that it's not even so much that the gluten is the problem. It's the way they've enriched it or processed it that makes it a junky food for you. And make-believe food leads to make-believe health. We don't want you to do that. Dairy has chicken, eggs, and raw milk available to purchase. Oh, Healthway Dairy. You hear that? Thanks, Angie.
It's the Santa Fe, I think, right?
Yeah. So yeah, Healthway Dairy has chicken eggs. And by the way, if you've never had a farm fresh chicken egg, you are missing it.
We've had them from Angie. Angie had brought us a couple dozen eggs from her house in Santa Fe.
So Angie owns Healthway?
No, she does not. So Healthway is in Santa Fe, but she also has chickens and at her house. Apparently, that's just what people do. But it was awesome.
I got patients that have goats, and they have so much fun, and I think it's just amazing when you start realizing that the better you take care of the animals, I think ultimately the better they're going to take care of us.
That's cool. Yeah, I think we had a question. So Joe asked, he said, I have fat around my liver. How do I get rid of that? Is that bad? Like fat around the liver?
So how old are you, Joe?
So
I'm assuming he's the truck driver guy, right?
He is, yeah.
So let's just say he's in his, mid 30s, mid 40s, something like that. So and so they would call that cirrhosis of the liver. They call that fatty liver disease. And I had a 21-year-old guy come in with fatty liver, and he wasn't even alcoholic. So how does that happen? And well, the way that happens, Joe, is whenever we eat too much fruit sugar, that could cause it. Alcohol can cause it. Too many of the processed grains can cause it. And so compound that with poorly processed oils.
47.
Poorly processed oils that will amplify its buildup of fat around the liver. You don't want a fatty liver. You want your liver to be a metabolic machine, a detox machine, an organ system that you can rely on to filter out all the stuff that your body doesn't need anymore. It also, medications can cause it because it stresses out the liver, and the liver has to process everything. So when we overeat, when we eat too much, even fruit, because fructose is processed by the liver, and fructose is a fruit sugar that it's in fruit, and that sugar is only processed by the liver, and so it can build up, because most people, when they say, "Oh, I eat 6 to 11 servings of fruits and vegetables a day," what are they really meant to say is they eat fruits only. They don't actually eat vegetables.
And they drink a V8.
Yeah, or they drink a V8, which is all processed and probably rancid. No offense, but but at the end of the day, the way we go about fixing that, Joe, is we would put you on my 21-day detox. You got to come to this. It's an amazing experience, and we'll try to figure out ways and game plan with you how you can do it on the road as a truck driver. Because there's downtime, there's ice chests. Yetis these days, can hold stuff cold for eons. And there's other brands too. It doesn't have to be just Yetis, but I just think about my neighbor. He goes to the railroad, and he's always got all of his keto food in his ice chest, and it is like it's ice ice for days. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's truly, technology again has made it where we can travel with this stuff. So if you're a truck driver, we can just build you a refrigerator in the back of your car pretty much that's big enough to house all the things that you need to get through a detox. And on top of that, you'll just learn to appreciate food cold, where and that's where I'm at. I'm busy just like everybody else. And sometimes it's easier to just eat it cold than it is to warm it up. And I'm all about warm food, don't get me wrong. But if I was in your position, I would just grow to appreciate cold food. And I would never use a microwave, and I would just eat raw as much as I could. And I would eat lean, and I would try to steer myself towards a grain-free diet. And we would detox the heck out of your liver.
Okay.
Well, go ahead.
Sorry, I got two things for you. First, Ethan's over here like taking a nap. Is there anything that you got over there that will wake him up?
Oh yeah,
Ethan, you're an intern, not a sleeper.
that's right. You don't get credit when you're sleeping.
He doesn't get credit at all anyways. He's just here helping us out.
Well, that's really nice of him. All right, so we're going to take something called fast food.
Uh-oh. Did
What's
I
up?
just get us in trouble here where we have to take something that we're not going to like because of
you're-
Ethan sleeping?
Yeah, you're probably
Ethan, this is your fault.
you're probably not going to like it. But this is
great.
going. I mean, if you shine this, you should put this up on your Facebook thing, because this looks like urine,
It does. It looks like pickle juice.
and it's going to be
Aw, Ethan,
it's
what
gonna
did
be-
you make us do?
it's going to be so sour that
I'm a fan
all
of
of
pickle
y'all's
juice. It's
all of
sour.
y'all's- oh, it's so sour.
Oh, I love sour.
It's going to be so
Oh.
sour. Your cheeks.
Don't spill it on the computer.
Your
or the
cheeks
board.
are going to turn
I can't
inside
s-
out. This
I
is going to be
can't smell it.
amazing.
I made somebody actually throw up taking an echinacea shot.
It was the Mormon Memorial Public Library, Paloma. She was like, she does
When
not
I went
trust
in
you
there the other
anymore.
day, I was like, "Hey, Paloma," and she's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just here to pass out echinacea shots."
Oh, wow.
And she was like, "Get out of here!" No,
What
so
were you doing there?
I had to drop off the Al Garza Al Garza Premier Martial Arts.
Oh, yeah.
Canned foods.
So what we're taking here is called phos food, and phos food is a phosphorus product, and it's got phosphoric acid and inositol, riboflavin, which is a B vitamin. And what this is used for is to melt kidney stones, to melt gallstones, to help balance the calcium magnesium ratios in the body. And so it is not bang. And so y'all go ahead and shoot them down.
Does it have a scent? Because I don't know if I'm clogged up.
No,
I don't think there's any scent, but it is as sour as all get out. But it'll
Is
be
this-
interesting with no smell.
Is this
going to
make my mouth water or feel anything where I'll be
No,
able
it's
to
nothing like echinacea. It's
Okay.
just sour. So if you want to, if truly experience, just swish it around so you can get the sour and then see how it goes.
I like warheads, like the little
This is-
candy.
Oh, this is gonna be like Warheads.
Mhm.
Oh, I hate war. Oh, what? I'm letting
There
Gardy
he
do it
goes.
first.
Gardy's got it down. Of course, Gardy's got stuffed up nose, so he might not be able to fully experience his love. I don't see it.
It's good.
It's good as he's like,
It's good. No, I liked it. That's pretty
Did
good.
you take it yet?
It is a
Ethan,
little
you're the
sour.
one that we. Oh,
Ethan, you should have to take this because Ethan was like taking a nap over there, and Crystal Narva said, Ethan is an adolescent and they need significantly more sleep than 30-year-old people.
and I
Be
said
nice
we just
to
fired
Ethan.
him again. I fire him at least 4 or 5 times a day. Sometimes he redeems himself. We'll see what he does the rest
It's not
of the day.
bad. I'm telling you, it's not bad. Ethan, do
Ethan's like
oh,
crying.
see, they're all nervous. Oh yes.
you not
And-
believe me?
so there's a few there's quite a bit of conversation going on here.
Yeah.
I like this. I lived on 40 acres in
Louisiana.
is it Louisiana?
Yeah.
And we had many animals that were free range, and their meat was amazing. And then store bought. Not sure.
No, not bad.
But here's the deal. It does always come down to food. And I think that once we kind of get to the idea that we're in control of our own health, I think that you start to appreciate the fact that you can't blame your parents anymore. Like, you have to take responsibility for your feeling every day. If you're moody, if you're cranky. Patient comes in yesterday, she's on a keto diet. And she says, you know what I love about keto the most? And I said, what was that? She goes, I love that I'm not cranky anymore. Like my mood is so stable. Well, the reason for that is because you got 5 hormones that are pushing your body back into balance, whether it's blood sugar, whether it's, mental, emotional state. And I think that's where we need to get back to, where we're not up in what I call the ups and downs diet, where we're constantly eating, food that drives our sugar up and then it crashes, drives our sugar up and then it crashes. Nobody wants to be on a roller coaster ride all day long.
Mhm.
Roller coaster rides are 50 seconds because that's about as long as we can tolerate them. And then we need a little break, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, this, what did y'all think, Curt? That wasn't bad.
No, but now my cheeks feel weird. Like I just want to smile.
That's good. Smile. It's way better than the alternative as a frown. But you're getting all these lines, dude. So maybe you don't smile so hard.
I do. I get these lines and then my dimples show up.
Yeah.
I got good dimples.
So Teresa just
Weird.
said she got her husband so sick and she got him to start taking the supplements from the office, and he goes, it's working.
That's
So
good.
congratulations, Teresa. That is absolutely awesome. And Scotty, you can do it, buddy. I'm rooting for you.
Right now it's 9:34. This is KHEAradio.com. 99.5 FM is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 a.m. We have Dr. Aaron Chapa here in studio. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, let us know. Is anybody interested in going on that 21-day detox and cleanse in the new year?
Oh, please.
Starts January 7th, right?
Yeah, and please start liking. We just found out yesterday. We're so excited. We're going to have the event. 3 different. We're going to have an introduction class, but we're going to have the actual 3 different class days where we're going to be teaching what is detox, why we need to be detoxing, how to detox, and your experience through the detox. And we're going to be having it at Butler's Courtyard in League City. And it is a gorgeous facility and we're fired up. So we just cannot wait to pack this place out. We're shooting for 100, people to go through the program with us and to be at our classes. And we definitely want as many people that would love to experience the Ultimate Detox Challenge. And we will modify things. Like if you're somebody that is like, I want to do it, but I'm just not sure that I can be as committed as Curt and Gardy were at the beginning of the year when I saw the show and they did this and they were like vegetarians for 21 days or whatever. Look, everything is modifiable. There's just going to be certain things that are not modifiable, like eating grains or drinking alcohol or things like that. We're going to move you forward. Hey, if you're somebody that's on a lot of medications and you're worried about where to start, if the detox is a good first step for you, I encourage you to give our office a call because let's start getting you ready now. Call us at 281-554-8600 and visit us at our website, justlivewell.com. We've got tons of great surveys and health information available up there that can help you kind of start leading you to that next first logical step. And that's what we want to help you do, is to teach and train you what to eat more of, what to eat less of, so that we can give your body a chance to get off of those medications, so that you can detox more effectively. So everybody's welcome to be at these events. They're going to be absolutely amazing opportunities to learn and grow and share the new year in getting healthy with everybody.
So me and Curt, we're actually going to be at Butler's Courtyard this afternoon.
No
We're gonna
way.
be shooting some video. We love, Amber and
Yeah, they're partners with us here at Dr.
At Dr. Aaron Chapa Show. I love it.
Yes.
That's Curt.
Hey,
at KHEA. I'm just going to start working for you. So it could be I could be Curt Casper with Dr.
Hey.
Aaron Chapa, Living Well
Tell-
Clinical Nutrition.
Did we have a lot of fun the other night when we're making videos or what?
Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, Dr. Chapa's like, hey, what's up, guys? Day 18. Peace. And I was like, that's funny.
So we're launching we're trying to get these videos in because we're in the detox program. We're going to have 21 emails that are going to go out that will give you an opportunity to kind of go through that experience a little bit more effectively, because detox is a new concept for many people. And some people, I have one of my cousins when I was at Thanksgiving say to me, he goes, I don't believe in all that toxicity stuff. That stuff is hocus pocus. And I said, dude, it's not a religion. I mean, you don't have to believe it. It's fact. I mean, it's very well documented at this point that we have issues in and around our environment, and we need to do things to proactively get the trash out of our system. And so we're going to be talking about all of these and more, and we're going to have support. We're going to have a cookbook. We're going to have, it's going to be a group detox in a sense, because when people are going through the process together, it's the old joke that misery loves company. But also people love to see the success of others. And it's like a Tough Mudder. It's like an event that you're like, I don't know if I could do that. But when you do it, you feel so accomplished on the flip side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think that you guys really experienced that whenever y'all went through it. Y'all felt really great going through that program.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So here's another question from Crystal Narvez. And she corrected herself and said, oh, I meant to say Dr. Choppa, but I like it this way better. She said, Dr. Chops, can you talk about the effects a healthy diet has on mental health, like depression and anxiety and other things?
So when patients come in the office and they're on anxiety medications, when they've been suffering with anxiety for years and years, it always starts in the digestive tract. So what also starts in a healthy digestive tract or an unhealthy one? The food. The food has to go through the digestive tract to get into our bloodstream. And so you are only as good as the food you can absorb. So if you eat food that doesn't absorb well, you're stressing out your digestive tract. You're creating nutritional deficiencies. That's robbing the body's intestines of absorption power. It's stressing out the liver. It's stressing out your lymphatics, creating congestion and stagnation, because your liver will not dump toxins into an already toxic bowel for elimination.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to recycle it. So you can't get that internal toxicity out that just generates as you're going through your day. It's like the reason we pee and the reason we poop is because these are byproducts that our body is getting rid of that we don't need anymore. Mm-hmm. Well, if those byproducts just sit in the tissues, that's what creates the mental anguish that people go through. That's what creates the depression. That's what creates the suicidal thoughts. That's why people have night terrors, is because they've got parasites floating around in their intestines running rampant, or toxicity that's uncontrolled.
Sometimes people say, oh, I don't know if I just had bad pizza or whatever.
Exactly.
And that's kind of interesting, because I always thought it was just a saying.
Bad pizza. You can never have bad
But there's people that literally say they have pizza and they sleep worse that night. They sleep hot, or they feel experiences. Well, it's because of stagnation. It slows down the bowel. The bowel can't drain. The liver can't drain into the bowel.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like when you stop up your stopper, it has nowhere to go except circulate around the blood, and that creates the symptoms. And so we've got patients that come in that are on anxiety medications, and all they find out is that we got to balance their blood sugar. We've got to clean up the no-no list. We got to get those no-no foods out. Mm-hmm. And we start with the 4 deadly food additives. We start with the top 4 most common food allergens.
Wheat, grain, dairy, soy.
Very good. Bam. In that order.
Job. Hey, wheat, dairy, grain, and soy.
Pretty good. Pretty good. There's a little hesitation there.
I was like, wait, what did he say? I'm trying to remember.
And so, and this is just exciting, because when patients come in, I had a lady just yesterday come give me the biggest hug ever, because she has been anxiety free for weeks now. I had a guy come in yesterday that's on his way to being there, but his first rule, we had to get him through the intestinal irritation. His intestines were so messed up, and he's had anxiety for the last 3 months so bad that he's got heart palpitations, his mental clarity. He's constantly like worried about when the anxiety attack's going to come. And so he hasn't had a full remission of that, but it's only been, less than a month, like 3 weeks, I think. But inside of 3 weeks being off the dairy, he has had 0 intestinal pain. Well, guess what? If anxiety starts in the digestive tract, like I'm telling you, it does, by giving the body a little bit more time off the dairy, and we feed that digestive tract and soothe that lining, guess what's going to happen to his anxiety? It's going to melt away. And that's just rad, man. I love this stuff.
That's cool. That's interesting. It's kind of stuff I never really thought about, how the stuff is all connected, but what you put in your body is what you get out. So, I mean, it goes the same way with like positive things. You put positive things in your mind, you watch positive things, positive things come out.
So we got a question here tell us what about good detox drinks? Good detox drinks. Man, there's definitely a little bit of a loaded question, because a lot of the drinks available, I would say, I don't know if they're really great detox drinks, but they're going to be nutritive and help the elimination process. So for example, we used something last week. We were up in here and you missed it, Gardy. We used this stuff called Dandy Blend. I have brought special cups for the boys over there, and
It was coffee or something.
it was an
It
herbal
was
coffee.
really good.
And we put some almond milk in that, some sugar-free almond milk, of course, like
Mhm.
unsweetened, no artificial sugars either. We put some cinnamon and vanilla with it, and it was like a frappuccino. You could even add butter for the keto lover coffees
Nice.
out there, people. And so that's one of my favorite. Reishi coffee is another mushroom coffee that's really effective in helping to detox and drain. There's teas that are really good out there, but you've got to make sure that you're buying a tea that isn't like loaded with preservatives. I was just reading something yesterday that quite a few of the teas on the market are laden with pesticide, and so we've got to be mindful of the type of teas that we're getting. But there's plenty of detox teas. That have milk thistle in it. It's got dandelion in it. It's got chamomile marshmallow in it. It's got the gentian or the bitter herbs that are useful to help the liver drain more effectively. So when it comes to a detox drink, other little things that I like to do is I like to put peppermint oil and lemon essential oils in my water. Of course, I only drink these essential oils in stainless steel or glass because
plastic,
the
right?
plastic will literally be leached into the water, and then you're just sucking down all those phytoestrogens. And now I'm going to develop, man boobs, and that which wouldn't be cool. I don't want that.
Then you can't take the Allerplex.
Earlier in the show, he was reading through this, and he goes, "If you are,"
but the exact read it. The first thing it says,
"If you are pregnant
or lactating,
don't take this." And he's like, "You?"
I want to make sure that you're
It's
not.
like, "Why are you taking
Watch,
this?"
let
And I was
me see the
like, "Oh my
bottle one more
gosh!"
time. So one of the things that let's see if it says. All right. Anytime, and this is the brilliance of Royal Lee. This is the brilliance of Carrie Bone, the guys that founded Standard and MediHerb, is they help the practitioner because these companies only sell to clinicians, right? So when they say, if pregnant or lactating, consult your healthcare professional before using this product. So it doesn't say you can't do it. It just says if you're pregnant or lactating.
Yeah, Gardy,
So,
if I'm pregnant.
but you did give birth a while. You're just not pregnant anymore. Remember?
Right, but it would be
You consulted.
Did you
The
forget
doctor shopper.
already that you gave birth to little KHA Junior?
Maybe it's because of the fog in my brain.
Poor
Oh.
Junior.
So again, but anytime our labels say caution, pregnant, lactating, anything like that, and it says consult your healthcare provider, that means it's okay. You can consume that, but it's the good old government cover your assets message.
Molly said on the page, adding butter enhances the flavor as well. And then she said lemon water and cucumber water is good.
Absolutely.
Is she adding butter to her water?
No.
I think she was talking
That
about
was to the coffee.
The coffee.
Oh, the
so
coffee.
that goes back, and that's right. Now again, but talk about your butter, because if you're eating that just regular old cheap butter, or worse, putting margarine, heaven forbid, or shortening in your coffee, thinking that's good, it's not. You want to get a grass-fed butter. You want to get a grass-fed cow.
What's that butter that you told us?
We use Kerrygold butter.
Kerrygold,
Yeah.
that's right.
And
Yeah,
there's
that's what
another
we
one
use.
down at Whole Foods, Central Market, I believe, that we use. That's like $11 for this big old log. It's so cheap, but it's so amazing, and it's like an Amish butter.
When you said log, Kurt had to take a drink of his energy drink because his mind immediately went to cookie dough. I
Yeah.
know for a fact he was like log. He was like, oh gosh, I need
some cookie dough.
I need something.
And and then cucumber infused water, Molly, is a fantastic, good idea. So when you infuse water with berries, antioxidant effects, but you can, with the cold weather and stuff like that, people don't want to drink cold things, but that's where those warm drinks come in. But I just throw tea bags, or organic based tea bags in my lukewarm water and let it percolate and infuse that tea into that water. And I'll drink that throughout the day when I'm not in the mood for water.
Yeah. This morning, my wife, whenever she heard my voice, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk today. Whenever you first wake up, everything is like a million times worse too.
Right.
So she immediately went up. I don't drink tea. I'm not really a big fan of tea. So she got me some hot water, put a little bit of honey in there, and we didn't have any lemon. So she put some lime in there. And so I immediately started drinking that, and it kind of helped my voice, wake up and soothe it a little bit, just like the warmth. Is there something else that I could be doing or taking to help soothe my throat?
So I did you take some of that Chinese
I did.
wormwood?
Yeah.
So the Thymex is one of my favorites, and I'll tell you why. Because what it does is it upregulates the immune system in the lymphatics, right in the inner ear, right in the submandibular glands, and your lymphatic tissue right in your neck. And what you're doing is you're increasing immune activation in this area, which will create drainage through the lymph system downstream. And then I would be like, okay, what have I eaten or haven't I eaten in the last few days that I can change? What have I drank or not consumed enough of, like water, in the last few days? So this morning I would have consumed that. So I guzzled my 40 ounces of water first thing. And then I went and made my dandy blend, and I put my cinnamon and vanilla in it. And I sipped on that. And if I would have had my normal morning routine this morning, I probably would have had, because I had it yesterday morning, 2 cups of the dandelion. But when you put those warm drinks in, that's great. If you don't like tea, you might like, there is a ginger tea that is really good, that is fantastic. So what I like to do is I go buy those ginger sprigs at the grocery store. I'll throw that, I'll cut those up small, throw that in some water, like I'm going to make my own tea. And then I put fresh lemon and the whole peel and everything, and just throw all that in the water with the ginger and let that percolate for about 5-10 minutes. And then I make a tea out of that. And it's just it's a hot infused ginger water, lemon water, that is fantastic for opening up those channels. And the other thing you could do is you could do a neti pot, where you take a neti pot.
You did one the other day, Kurt, right?
I hate the neti.
Dude, you know what you should try? Put a tablespoon, or not a tablespoon,
cayenne
a teaspoon
pepper.
of the, no, I didn't say that, of echinacea in the solution, and run echinacea through your sinus cavity.
Wow.
It will be an experience you've never
just
had.
Imagine
It's awesome.
My brain on fire.
No, your brain's gonna say thank you.
My brain hurt
After
when
the
I
neti
did
pot?
the neti pot. Like, just straight up like hurt for
It's
like
probably
ever.
the most activity that's gone on in a really long time. Just like with it going through and running.
I think Molly's right. I think Kurt should try butter and water.
Let's not. I was hoping people would not
Molly,
see that.
do you want him to have it melted butter, or do you just want him to stick like the lump of butter in there, like
the whole
a cube?
log. The
I mean,
log will say.
I'm
I'm gonna
Yeah, let's just
throw
stick
up
the whole
just
log, yeah.
thinking about it.
That would be
Oh.
awesome.
We'll put it in a blender. It's not even hot water. Just cold water in a blender.
I think that's hilarious.
It'd probably be good.
I'm
Put
giving a thumbs up.
salt.
No.
I put salt and pepper in the water with the butter. Blend some chicken in there.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Molly's got another good question about local honey. Hey, this is a good time too. Like you said, your wife put some honey in
She
lemon.
did, yeah.
Yeah. So now is the honey?
It's local honey too. It's from Santa Fe, Texas.
There
Yeah.
you go. So why do we want local honey? Number one, we want to support our local farmers. You always want to support your local farmers, guys. I mean, seriously, anytime I can, I'm always wanting to support these guys, because without them, we do potentially lose what good food options we have available. But honey has a different a different like conversation to be had. And that conversation is the immune upregulation that you get. It's almost like you're inoculating yourself with your environmental pollutants from the pollens, because of the bee floating around to the different areas, making flowers, getting all that pollen and bring it to the honey. And so it's low dose. It's been processed naturally by the bees, of course, the worker bees. And those guys come in there and they will, we digest that, and we are up-regulating our immune system. It's like we're giving ourselves a small dose of the poison to build an antidote immunologically. And your body has the capability of building immunity to the environmental pollutants. And so the body should be able to handle these toxins that we're exposed to. But in today's world, with the mass amount of bioaccumulation, it goes to, we're feeding the fire more than we're feeding the prevention of the fire. So we have to do these advanced techniques like detoxification. Detox was never needed, 50 years ago.
So check it out. We got Richard Kirby just chimed in, said, "Good morning from South Carolina.
Woo!
Dr. Chapa is the man." I was just in South Carolina.
What's up, Richie?
Yeah.
What's up, Richie? I call him Richie too. We're really close.
So me and Richard just went through a program up in Atlanta, and his wife and my wife, we were all up there, and we went through the marriage conference.
Mhm.
And It was from a company called Love Recon and Life Recon, and it was amazing. And so it was completely a life-changing experience.
That's cool.
And just a a little last minute off topic tip. Healthy is not just being biochemically healthy, it's being spiritually healthy. So make sure you're being spiritually fed. You're getting good nutrients from the Lord's sword, the word of God. Make sure that you're investing in your marriage. Having a healthy marriage is being healthy, because if you're not healthy in your marriage or your relationship, sorry for the single folks out there, that all of a sudden, we have this stress that we're toting around with us that tears our body apart. Stress is very much the secret killer of killers. And I believe that, stress comes emotionally, biochemically, and physically, and we can run ourselves in the ground from a level of stress. So I think take the time to also invest in your relationships, invest in your marriage.
I think if you're single, maybe even take the time to invest and better yourself.
Wait, is this a message for me?
It's a subliminal, yes.
Are you paying attention now?
Oh, wait, what?
We saw you over there. Your head was turned. We just want to try to get you back.
Oh, I was addressing our intern.
Oh.
He's still sleeping over here, and I'm like, wake up. Dr. Chop was gonna make us do something nasty again.
I'm just telling you.
I'm like,
you know what I did whenever I was your age, Curt?
Yes.
You do? What did he do?
Wait, when you were 20? What about when you were 20?
So when I was
20 plus 10?
When I was a young man,
you're 30. I would guess you're 32.
I'm still a young man. I was being
You're
facetious.
32, right?
You're 30.
Dude, I'm 55.
No, you're not.
There's no way you're 55.
No, I'm just kidding.
Where are the vegetables?
Where are the vegetables? I'm in.
Give me that apple.
Give me the apple. Look, I'm 55.
Y'all are so funny.
Are you 30? Like 30?
I'm 39.
Okay, I was gonna say 36.
39?
39.
Dude, you look good for 39.
You hear that, everybody?
He's
39.
married.
I am married, Curt.
Come on.
4 kids, happily married. And so no, but I think when the insides are healthy, the outside is healthy. Your skin is a representation of your digestive tract. Mm-hmm. So if your skin is wrinkly and laden full of, whether it's rashes, eczema, psoriasis, acne, whatever is going on, it's an internal problem. And we just got to clean that mess out. And all of a sudden the skin won't be used as an exit channel anymore.
Yeah, I had a buddy. He actually used to work here, and we have a cafe here, right? And so I think he had what you mentioned, psoriasis. So he'd have these spots on his skin. He started juicing. He started juicing like hardcore, and those things started to clear up. He started to lose weight, feel better. It was hard for him to maintain that lifestyle, but I know I've talked to him, recently, and he was like, yeah, I got to get back into doing that more. But whenever his insides were better, the outsides started to clear up too.
The very first patient that I ever worked on was in chiropractic college, and he walks up to me after I happened to had gone to this seminar called The Y Files. And it was by these 2 docs, one up in Canada, one in Pennsylvania, and Dr. Joe Thomas and John D'Onofrio. And they talked this whole weekend, 18 hours, about how we could fix everything that walked in our office, everything, not just musculoskeletal stuff. They opened our mind to the possibility of fixing people that had struggled with heart disease or cholesterol problems or had irritable bowel or indigestion or bloating or gas or that were dealing with headaches, all these symptoms that people would deal with. We found that in that seminar that we had physiological understanding that we never had before. Well, the following Monday, this guy named Tony comes up to me, and he's loaded with psoriasis, acne, and he's got bleeding psoriasis, like his down low back is bloody a lot of times, and he said it was like leprosy. Wow. And he said he couldn't go even take his kid to the local pool because he would, people would get out because they were afraid of him. He thought it was contaminated. And so he never went. Well, inside of 21 days, I put him on a 30-day program, and I didn't even change his diet, only removed dairy from his diet, put him on a protocol to help lubricate the bowels. And inside of 21 days, he got over 85% remission of those symptoms. And that was the only change. I mean, because at that time I didn't know anything. I was just following, ideas and protocols from these guys. But they said it would work. And I trusted them. And then I had another lady with eczema pop up. Then I had my own wife and her situation with eczema pop up. And then I just started. I had this lady that I met at Galveston, and I was talking to her, and she was dealing with some sort of weird pseudo tumor cerebri, or it was basically a tumor situation that looked like a brain disorder, but it wasn't. But they couldn't find it on an X-ray or an MR, and we were able to support that, and it turned out to be a kidney issue. And so it was amazing how you fix one thing and then all of a sudden you get confidence to fix another. So whatever health condition you guys are dealing with out there, I want to encourage you. At Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center, we give people alternatives to drugs and surgery. And we believe that all life starts and stops at the cellular level. And nutrition is the fundamental backbone that can give your body the edge it needs to feel better, live better, and be better. And we are launching our detox program in the new year. We want you guys to contact our office, 281-554-8600. Go to our website, email us, justlivewell.com. Email us at info@justlivewell.com. Let us know that you're interested, because we're going to be sharing information in the new coming up at these classes to help you guys live a better life and stay healthy all the days of your life. So we love you guys. We're so thankful to be a part of Kickstart with the Living Well show, and I love these guys, and it's just so fun to come here every week and share insights that my office has taught me over the last 13 years. So God bless you all. This is Dr. Chapa signing out.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Chapa. We'll be back here and after this song. This is Bethel. We Will Not Be Shaken on KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
Sweet.
Awesome. So coming up next, we have Manish, who is the owner of Coco Crepes and Little Bella Mia, a new restaurant that's opened up in League City, Texas. So we're super excited.
Yeah, it's over by the new Olympia Grill and Abuelos. You know where that is? 646 on the west side.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's wait because we gotta get Dr. Chapa's stuff out.
Here's some apples. He said he's eating 12 apples a day.
12 apples a
He's only
day.
eating apples, pears, and applesauce for 4 days. And then he said he's going to take that mixture. Can either one of you tell me what's in the mixture?
I don't think we were paying attention during that time.
Paying attention. Olive oil, one ingredient. Can anybody else tell me any of the other?
Tough job over here. We have to monitor all of the feedback on the Facebook page, and there's a lot happening over here. Your job is to entertain. Your job is to entertain and pay attention and listen and ask questions. Our job is to control the people.
Ethan was sleeping.
Ethan was
sleeping the whole time in the chair.
What are you doing?
I'm surprised you didn't have two chairs together. Just like
Ethan was laying like this. He was like,
I saw him. Pulled his beanie over his eyes just for a little bit and just like, okay. Ashley said lemon. Hey, so you're gonna do the detox next year?
yeah, I'm gonna do it. I felt bad. I shared the event out with all of my friends, and I was just like picking people to invite to the event, and then I was like, wait, am I being insulting if I tell somebody that they need to go on a detox? Like, is that almost as bad as calling somebody fat? Like, be like, hey, you need to, like, is that weird?
No, you don't detox because you are.
That's not insulting.
There's different needs for.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you got an invite for me, I did think of that before I sent you the invite.
If you're not detoxing today, you're missing out on a whole like a spiel of benefits. So really, what you're saying is you care about them. You want to bring here. Just move Dr. Choppa stuff over.
Yeah.
Sure.
When I was 13, I was considered obese. It's kind of funny. It was like, if you're under like 15 or so,
Kurt, can you help me move this stuff over and then we'll get
Yeah.
Just so that way.
if you're like under 15 or so, they don't take height to
Yeah, just the weight.
like consideration. Yeah, like just the weight
Please, Kurt.
and age. So
What?
Can you help me get
I thought
move his
Ethan
stuff
was
over?
doing that.
No, Ethan was going to
I
bring
was
him in.
gonna let him in.
Yeah. Just pop it on the table, I suppose. And then there's this. And then there's this. So what's everybody up to today? Are y'all excited to talk about food? Talk about the new there's that and the fork and
Oh, Planet Fitness is open. I saw it the other day, which I thought was cool. Ethan, yeah, you can go ahead and bring him in.
thank you, Dr. Choppa.
Melinda says 99 comments is a bunch. No sleeping on the mic. For
real.
sure. For sure. I got 99 comments and Ethan is one of them.
How are you doing, sir?
Good. Manish?
Good to see
Thanks
you.
for joining us.
Oh, Manish is in.
So opening day was yesterday.
Yesterday.
That's awesome.
And
Congratulations.
Thank you.
how did it go?
It's very well. Very well. Very well. So tell me how it works and how it doesn't work. This is what mine.
Yeah, but you can save those for a little bit.
Okay.
We'll see you, Dr. Chopper. You're awesome.
Bye, Dr. Chopper.
So this is gonna be good. So we're excited to have you back.
Thank you. No, it was we're going through a little soft opening phase right
Sure.
now, just for next couple of weeks, and then we can just remove all the tweaks and everything.
Yeah. So here's something that happened on Saturday. Y'all had an event
Mhm.
in like some community. So Crystal Koza,
Uh-huh.
you know Crystal as well. She's awesome. She was like, hey, y'all should come out. Curt, can you kind of fill me in on what happened there?
Yeah, so Gardy was coming back from the airport Saturday night,
Mhm.
Yes.
and his plane got in at 6:30. And I
Yes.
had a really tough decision to make. Do I go and pick up my best friend and co-host, or go get free food from Little Bill Mia? Let's just say I told Gardy, I said, Gardy,
take a Uber.
grab an Uber. You
Yeah.
could have grabbed an Uber.
I could not have grabbed an Uber because I would need an Uber with a car seat for my daughter and
No.
and the other
So
one
here's-
for my
here's-
son. Like
Here is a how old is your daughter?
she's one.
Well, I don't know. We're not on the air or something, right?
Well, we're on the Facebook.
Facebook. So just for this is for the taxis and Uber, the kids. I know it's not a safe. I mean, this is a long IH or hobby.
IAH.
That's a long. I wouldn't do that. Otherwise, if it's a
He was
hobby,
gonna be like, just put her in the trunk.
not put in the lab.
Hold on,
I've
her.
done that before. So, and that's I said it's a short distance. We have done that.
Manish is gonna get investigated. Tag every. Oh, why am I tagging police departments? What? At the League City Police Department. Wait, what?
I've seen people do that where it's like at FBI. Like somebody says something and they like tag the FBI or something, just like as a joke. But
I have a neighbor who has this Wi-Fi.
mhm.
It's an FBI van. And
Oh,
so
that's
every
what
time
they
I'm
put
trying
out.
to plug in the Wi-Fi, and I say FBI van. I was like, okay.
Curt would be that guy.
Actually, my Wi-Fi says
Go like
KHEA Radio Facebook 99.5.
that's what his Wi-Fi name
That's
is.
my Wi-Fi name.
Wi-Fi
So when
name.
you go search for Wi-Fi, you have to look for
You
what
know,
is
I think-
99.5?
It's funny you say that. That's something small business should do that.
I'm a trendsetter.
So yeah, you didn't make it. You didn't make. I think we talked about that, and he mentioned that he was out of the town or something. You guys met
Yeah.
when I came last week. I said like, hey, it's like a. It wasn't even a soft opening. It's a mock trial.
Yeah.
So I called some friends like, hey, if you see some problems and issues, you can help us right now too.
That's awesome because I saw a bunch of good feedback. People that were excited about it and they enjoyed it. So that's
I'm
pretty
glad.
cool.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
So,
I did not tag Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Are you
and
really
make-
doing that?
Make googly eyes.
Wow.
Now they know.
hey, I'm already in trouble anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It's always something.
Oh, always something.
So we got our Coco Crepes video is doing awesome right now.
I haven't seen the feedback stuff, but I know it was first day was getting lots of traction.
Yeah, it has over 10,000 views on it, and a lot of people are saying I'm going to check it out, or hey, I had a great experience. Just a bunch of good feedback. Oh yeah, it's really cool.
We had a good week last, with all our holidays and days off. We saw lots of families and kids.
What was y'all schedule for Thanksgiving week?
We were open just on Thursday. We were closed on Thanksgiving. We were shut
So what
down.
I told Curt, I was like, I think that we had to switch some stuff around. I said, I think that'd be good because if the kids are off school, families are going to be looking for things to do. And I said, Cocoa Crepes is perfect for everybody. The adults can get coffee, the kids, there's all kinds of crepes, dessert crepes, food crepes.
That's what we saw. We saw Sunday. We were not expecting, but like last week went very good.
Yeah, that's awesome. We got 30 seconds. We're going to go on the FM as well. And
Okay.
Joe Perez just said, we can't wait to try your new place.
Joe Perez, he missed out on to that. I know you all are busy. Thanksgiving weekend was not an easy weekend. Like everybody was traveling or they were with the family. So I invited a bunch of friends, but I understand that everybody had plans.
Yeah.
Other than Crystal, so
Crystal
She's
doesn't have
right.
any family,
She's
so.
right.
Oh wait, what?
Wow. Okay,
I
we
went
got
there.
8 seconds. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we have the owner of Cocoa Crepes in studio. There is a new restaurant. Manesh, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Doing good. So you have a new restaurant that is just opening right now, like a rebrand. Can you share a little bit about what the name is and what y'all are going to be serving?
I wouldn't say it's a rebrand. We had a pizza fire there, but it's a totally new concept. It's called Little Bella Mia. So this is a part of a Bella group of restaurants in Houston. If you are familiar with, there's a Mia Bella. It's a fine dine upscale restaurants. 3 of those in Houston. The Bella group has a Andalusia, that's a tapas bar, and under same umbrella they have this Cocoa Crepes. A friend, a chef driven, Yusuf Nafa. I don't know if you met him, but he's the founder of all these restaurants. And,
Awesome.
And he's the one who came up with this concept. So I can't take the credit out of him. Basically, what he was like, we should give the fine dine food, but people want fast now. So they want fine dine pasta, fine dine pizza, but they don't want to wait. People don't want to be dressed. They want to bring kids and families all together. So I said, why don't we do that and make it where people have, a choice what they want to make. They want to build a pizza, pasta, paninos, salads right in front of them, antipastas, selection of more than 30 odd wines and beer. Let's give the options to people and still be casual. And so we just redid the whole thing. You got it out, and if you see that, it will be totally different, nice and warm experience. And it very much complements Cocoa Crepe now. So now those are 2, a complementary brand, and you get the same warmth feeling inside. And you're right, we just opened yesterday for the public. It's a soft opening. The way in restaurant term they explain soft opening is you open the door without any marketing and advertise, and lets people walk in as they want to try for next 2 weeks, because you have to fine tune your operations for next 2 weeks, and then and after 2-3 weeks that's when you do your marketing and call it a grand opening.
Okay.
That should be somewhere in the middle of December.
Hey, we kind of did that with the radio station, I suppose. Whenever we weren't streaming live on Facebook, we really didn't know what we were doing for the most part as far as radio goes, and then we kind of figured it out.
We figured it out?
Well, we're still figuring it
Yeah,
out.
we're still figuring it out. We're still in our soft opening.
I would say.
Yeah.
We need to have a
for
grand
sure.
opening. We can learn some things.
Grand open. When is your grand opening?
Probably in 2-3 weeks. Once we feel comfortable, we'll have to in 2-3 weeks.
That's cool. That is cool. So it is. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, okay, so during this soft opening, what's gonna be the difference? We're just not.
It's not. There's no difference when you come in. It's the same restaurant, everything, but it's just a marketing part. That we are. We don't want. We want to open the doors, but in this process, sometimes you have to adjust your Coke machines, your ice machines, your little tweaking. The food is same, the recipes and everything is as what's today will be next 2 months or 2-3 months, but it's just fine tuning the operations.
Yeah, I feel like the coolest thing about it is that someone like us, as a customer, we can say oh yeah, I was there during the soft opening. I've known about this place. So 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, you can be yeah, I was at the soft opening of Little Bella Mia. You're just learning about this place today, or even in a month from now, whenever somebody gets a mailer or they see
Absolutely.
something on Facebook, you can be like, yeah, I've known about that place. So you have to get in now before people are banging the door down to get in.
Absolutely.
So how's Coco Crepes doing?
Well,
Yeah, that video that we dropped, I mean, we need to go back. I was so full after that. And then I know I had a bunch of stuff to take home with me as well. And then my kids all enjoyed it as well. But you have a lot of stuff that's at Coco Crepes too.
absolutely. So my dream or my vision here is to make the whole, as you have seen, these two centers, they're connected together. Little Bellamia and Coco Crepes, and to make it the vision is to make it a very friendly, a family friendly place, and like a small European center. So a place where you would be able to get crepes and waffles, coffees, pastas, pizzas in the same beer and wine. So the whole families, everybody can enjoy. From a little kid want a scoop of gelatos, dad having a espresso shot, mom having a glass of wine. So it's a very we have extensive menu between those two places.
So what is your favorite item on that menu when you're looking at like Coco Crepes? Let's start there, and then we'll jump to the new restaurant.
Well, there, as I said, it's an extensive menu. I'm a vegetarian.
I was going to say you're a vegetarian.
I'm
if I remember
vegetarian, so my have that limitation. But on that, having said that, the one thing which stands out for me is a Tuscan waffle. A
Ooh,
Tuscan
what's that?
waffle. It's like a waffle and have a little salad on top of it.
The Tuscan waffle? That
Tuscan
sounds delicious.
And Tuscan waffle is basically a waffle with eggs, salads, sauces, cheese, tomatoes on top, and it makes a really great dish.
That's awesome. Sounds good.
So last week when you came in, because we had to get those gift cards before we dropped that Coco Crepes video. So I do have those $3 $50. This is $150 in my hand right now. That's crazy. All right. Bye, guys.
Someone said I can do a lot of damage with $50 to Coco Crepes. That's on one of the comments. I was like,
You
yeah,
can
you
get
really
like
can. That's a
5
lot
or
of money.
6 crepes. For
pretty
$50 bucks?
For $50, you pretty much can get 8 crepes because it's typically around the $7 a crepe or $7 to $8 a crepe. So
Yeah, you
I
could get
have-
some gelato, some coffee. You could get
a
the full spread.
$50 buys. Let me put this way: a $50 would buy a 4 to 5 people family. If they're a husband, wife, or a boyfriend, girlfriend, 2 kids come in, they can do a very good meal in less than $50.
That's cool. Yeah, feed the whole family, and with one of these
So-
bad boys right here.
Yeah, this is awesome. So I have 24 crepes in my hand right now. That's crazy.
Hey, and smoothies and coffees and paninis.
Okay, I told that story because I want to get someplace here. We have you brought us 4 coupons last week. I want to give away 2 of these today on the air. But this is how I'm going to do it. So if you're listening on the FM, if you're listening on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, if this stream gets to 20 people watching, I will allow a phone call to 2 people if you call in, and I will give away these coupons, and it's for a free crepe and a free medium coffee. Does that work?
Absolutely.
All right. So you have to get to 20 people watching on the stream, on the Facebook live stream, in order for us to do that by the end of the show. All right. Free crepe, free coffee.
Cool. Go for it.
And then I'm going to save the other 2 for people who put their tag their 3 friends in the Coco Crepes video. So that way we give away 5 winners on Friday's show.
Awesome. So the winner for that video is going to be on Friday. So you still have the opportunity to share that video. You still have the opportunity to tag your friends where we're going to win some free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? I like free stuff.
Especially when the free stuff is really good.
It's delicious free
I
stuff.
don't know why people would ever pass up free stuff.
Well, maybe they let pride get in the way.
Like
Maybe they like
10,000 people passed up the opportunity to like, share, and comment. Like, I don't understand. They watched the video.
yeah.
Gotta like, share, and comment.
There's a
in
couple
order to win.
hundred shares on there.
It is. It's good. It's
Yeah.
good. It's getting good traction, which is good. And
Yeah.
I'm excited to announce the winners.
What are you excited to try at Little Bella Mia?
Man, I don't know. I mean, what are some of the products? Like we went through like your favorite, but tell us what's on the menu.
You know, for a little Bella Mia, it's made from scratch. You know, you can build your own pizza, you can build your own pasta, you can build your own paninos, we call it. It's with Italian focaccia bread and salads and soups. So there's multiple options you can have. Yesterday I had this a mushroom. It was a soup. It was just good enough for my dinner. So the options are enormous. It's and as I said, everything is made from scratch. Your pasta is in fact built right in front of you. It's just not you having a 2 or 3 sauces. We have pretty much 7 to 8 different sauces from regular marinara to alfredo to different pastos. Mushroom pesto, jalapeno pesto. So there are options of you have lots of options when you walk in. You'll have to come and see to realize that how big the menu is.
Yeah. Is it hard being a vegetarian and being around so much good food? Like, like just being like, oh, I want to taste that. I want to taste that. Or no, you just never even
I
crossed
never passed my thought. Like I was born vegetarian, so nowadays it's very easy when you have these places where you can customize the food. All you have to do is, hey, can you just not add,
Make it vegetarian.
make it vegetarian, don't add that meat,
And it works that easy, huh?
absolutely.
So you have a pretty talented staff, I assume, like opening up this new Italian restaurant, right?
Absolutely. I've been very fortunate about that. And not coming from food industry, my background chemical engineer. So the staff is amazing. Not only, staff, we have a Bella group of restaurants. So it starts from the chef, Youssef Nafa. He's the, founder, concept maker. He's there for last 30 days, 30 to 40 days, standing every day from day to night, making
Wow.
sure that concept is made correct. Then his chefs, his team is over there to build this restaurant. Even we had a very talented general manager. Her name is Jennifer, super talented. She has opened multiple restaurants in Houston, and so we were able to hire that talent. The latest addition, as you all know, very favorite on this channel, KHEA, is Chris Anstead.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately, all the businesses are not meant to succeed. Some are, some are. So for his southern boy, he had some issue. The location was not the best of the location. People love Chris. The food is amazing. He's a great chef, but the location was not appropriate. So he is like, hey, Manish, he wanted to help me out, and while turning that, so timing was very right for him. That as a good friend, he came down and, hey, I'll help you to get the setup. And
That's awesome.
so, as I said, we're building that team, amazing team, young, talented, different, so good mix of.
Yeah, it's cool how things can work out like that.
Absolutely.
Like you're in the middle of starting this brand new, idea right here, and Chris, there was some stuff going on and it just ended up working out.
I mean, this concept is very unique, and let me tell you, like yesterday evening when we had some families, it sounds like the mission which I had. On a table I saw a family from Ukraine, and they were looking for crepes, traveling, passing by. They live in San Francisco right now, passing by. I mean, then eventually they not only had a crepes, but on the same table I saw crepes, pastas and pizzas, and they pretty much, they said this is literally absolutely the best meal they can have for
That's
the
cool.
family. And first thing they said, hey, can you open this in San Francisco? Like, making. You
Wow.
have seen this concept of making up pizzas, but creating a pasta on the fly in front of people, it's not an easy concept. So that's why I say it's very difficult concept. But so I have to give the credit to Youssef Nafa, that the way how he visioned the concept and he has executed.
So you said 8 different sauces.
8 different sauces.
so
And
if-
all the recipes are his homemade created recipes.
Yeah, and so you have the pastas. I'm guessing. Okay, so I'm walking down there. I want to get pasta. I don't know what I want. So there's how many different pastas can you get?
So we have 5 different kind of pastas right there. A basic pasta, from penne to spaghetti, fettuccine to gnocchi, and so different pastas we have, and then you have an option of 8 different sauces.
Then you can get the sauce.
And then you have all these ingredients, you're from roasted vegetables to shrimp to prosciutto to salmon. We are adding some
Wow.
exotic, wild mushrooms. They're cooked right there. Everything is cooked right in front of you.
Is that difficult to price out? Just thinking, because I mean, any ingredient that you add, so sometimes it can make the cost fluctuate, for you.
Absolutely, and that's the second part. We will have to work on that, but right now we want to keep it very simple.
Yeah.
So there was some family surprise yesterday when we didn't add cost of adding a chicken or protein or sausage. We did not. And they were very reluctant, when they were building their own salad. So some of the salad concept, as you build them, and it get expensive when you add proteins. We have kept it very simple. One price for salad, one price for pasta, $8.99. I mean, the same pasta you go find dine with double the price, but it's simple price, $8.99 for pasta, $7.99 for pizza. You add whatnot. Other than the seafood, you add a little extra charge.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. But there's a salad place that's actually really close to where you're at, and I've gone in there before, and it was good. But I was just like looking at my wallet, being like, I really don't want to splurge the extra, whatever money to get the protein, the chicken, or the whatever it is on there, because it's just like, how much am I paying for a salad?
And suddenly you will see the salad becoming $13, $14, but that's the whole goal. Keep it simple, keep it reasonable for families. Kids can come in, the wife, husband. So we want where a whole family can come in and have a decent meal, wine and beer. Whole family, less than $40, $50, and still have a nice meal.
That's cool. So what time do y'all open on a normal day?
11 to 9.
Nice.
11 to 9 o'clock. Is that what weekdays?
Weekdays, and the weekend would be 11 to 10.
Different hours.
Closing a little later. The Coco opens 7 o'clock in the morning. Every day. So Coco Crepes, we are open 7 o'clock.
Okay, cool.
Nice. So we need about 9. I saw 8 more people watching in order for us to give away these Coco Crepes coupons here. We have one for a Nutella crepe or a medium coffee. So that's a free crepe that we're going to give to you, but we're not going to give that away until we at least get 20 people watching. Manish, you've done a lot of stuff in the community
for sure
for everything. I mean, person that we were having me help move last night was like, oh, you're gonna have Manish on, and I'm like, Manish, and so it's kind of crazy. You've only been here for a few years.
A year to be precise.
Yeah,
you've only been here a year,
and
people know who you are, and that's because of what you've done in the community.
Well, I mean, I always tell that I come from a small village, from India, and so I still have that village mentality. I came down, went to Los Angeles, stayed there, but I still carried that small town mentality where everybody knows each other and everybody helps each other, and that's something not new for me. I mean, that's how. And unfortunately, as I said, last year hasn't been kind to the League City area or Bay. It's not kind, and so we saw lots of good people coming out and helping each other. I mean, the tragedies brought, including hurricane and what happened in Santa Fe, and those. I said it's not a kind year, but those things that people have to stick around to each other. You've seen the wonderful people, as you can see, your other guests like Mary Baz, your chef. She's doing a wonderful charity event end of this in December, mid-December. I'm seeing lots of traction getting her. She's getting I hope she gets a huge success. Joe Perez is helping him. Again, these people, you see that they are a normal people, from a daily life, and they are trying to do something better for the community. Kelly Redinger, and she's a part of that again, trying to build a fund for. It's a small, we have a village. I mean, think about that. They say it's a League City is a town of 110, but do you feel like? I feel like even our mayor, Pat. I know it's a personal. You can go and meet him. It doesn't feel like meeting a politician. You just go and meet him anytime, and it's like a small village. Everybody knowing each other.
His wife is actually coming in on our show on Thursday.
It's amazing. I mean, as I said, these are politicians. You think about, they're non-approachable, but not here. Some council member from Greg Groupon to Hank Doogie, and you meet they're shaking hands around the town and talking to.
I couldn't tell you who the mayor of Houston is, but I could tell you who the mayor of League City, Santa Fe, League City,
absolutely.
Lamarck. I don't know if I know the mayor of Galveston though. But I do know, the three that I just mentioned. That's crazy.
But that's what it makes like a small village town here.
Yeah.
We are in. We can approach anybody here, from businessmen to politicians, and
I saw Justin West. He was at your event
the
on
mock
Saturday.
opening. Yes, Saturday. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's again a good friend, and he the way it worked out. He came a couple of days before that, and he was looking for food, like wanted to try pasta, and I said, come on Saturday.
That's cool. He used to work here. Justin West used to work here. He's from New Mexico, moved down here, and he went to Bible school here at Abundant Life, and was here for years. He worked on staff, and he's a really bright guy, and he's running for, I think, county constable.
And I'm definitely we need people like him on there. He's amazing. He's very wonderful. So we have good politicians. We're lucky in that sense.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about Leak City and Galveston County and just our city and town in general is that if you want to be involved, it's easy to get involved.
Absolutely.
There's so many different opportunities for people to volunteer, to get to know people. The mayor was holding these town hall meetings, like where he was going out to the Y, going out to these other places, and there's so many different ways to get involved. So if you're like, man, I don't know, I feel like I have no say so, it's kind of on yourself, without being condescending, but like, hey, you can easily get involved somewhere.
I mean, I give example, even the churches, my friend, there's my friend Becky Day. She works for JSC Bank. She's a marketing person, and she invited me to her church, the Dominion Church, right back on Calder Road. And I went there on the Sunday, started talking, and she's like, hey, why don't we do something? All this, look in your closets, look in your houses, what extra you have, and let's people donate to people who are on the street. We're going through all this winter.
Yeah.
People don't having shoes and clothes and everything, and so every conversation I have, it ends up to the same. It's amazing. Last night I had a dinner with another friend. She is at Hope Village.
Okay.
Her name is Kat, and again, my every conversation, I think it ends to how we should help the community, no matter how.
I agree.
We need 7 more people watching before I give away these coupons. You got about 30 minutes or so. It's 10:30. You're listening to KHEA Radio.
Yeah, it is 10:30 right now. Is Curt getting on anyone else's nerves whenever he does those? It's just mine.
Oh, because they stole your 10:30?
No. Just like you're waving it around like 7 more people need to be watching to give these away, or I'm going to use these myself.
Oh,
Just kidding. I
Wait,
wouldn't do
don't. We don't need 20 people. Gardy and I, we need something to do for lunch today.
I do. I am hungry. I'm getting there.
We could
Come
get to
down.
Little Bella Mia.
How about let's go from here? I think my friend, she's gonna be here, Jennifer Lopez. I don't know if you know, she runs the Bay Area Food Lover.
We've never met Jennifer.
You
Who's
know?
Jennifer Lopez Fuller?
No,
Nah.
he's
Nah,
very
no, we
Okay.
love her. She comes
She's
on
awesome.
our show every once in a while.
So let's, she will be there for lunch today, and so
Oh.
come
We
in.
sneak-
Holding out on us.
She didn't invite us.
I'm gonna post a picture before she does. Just kidding. Hey,
Gracie wants some. Gracie, you can have it, but you got to get 7 of your friends to tune in.
yeah.
That's what you got to do.
What are you gonna order? Curt, did you hear that? Okay, so they have he said about 5 different pastas,
Okay.
then 8 different sauces. Then you can pick your protein. There's all kinds of different toppings you can add on there. That's for the pasta. And then I'm guessing for the pizza, how does the pizza work? Because you said there's pizza, pasta, paninos. Is that what you know?
Yeah. So the same thing, similar concept with the pizza. You are doing a handcrafted pizza. You were talking about what is it a rebranding of pizza for, and I
Right.
said no, because we are totally going to a handcrafted. So you won't be having any machines pressing a dough and anything. Make a dough every morning, and every pizza will be handcrafted. Stretched, very authentically. The sauces, the same way you're building a pasta, you can build your pizzas.
Mhm.
Same ingredients, 40 different ingredients for 8 different sauces.
Is the crust all like kind of like what would be considered hand tossed or pressed?
Hand tossed. Every crust is hand tossed. Every pizza is made that way.
That's cool. I like it. I'm a big fan of pizza. I had some pizza last night. I went to the movies, and so my daughter's 1, and we don't really leave her with anyone. And so she's about to be 2 in February, but it was my wife's birthday yesterday. And so her parents are like, what do you want for your birthday? Is there anything you want? She was like, I would like to go see a movie. So they watched my son and our daughter, and so we went to the movies at Baybrook Mall, and so they had like
Star Cinema Grill.
Star
That's
Cinema
one of my
Grill.
favorite places to walk.
Yeah, it's fun. It's nice how movies changed, and that's what I said. Like since my daughter was born, I feel like you have to select your seats online, and then it's kind of neat. But yeah, I had some little pizza in there, but it was dark.
What movie did you watch?
Creed 2. It's the Rocky movies, right?
Uh-huh.
And the whole thing. So it's Apollo Creed's son, Adonis Creed. That was the first Creed, which we enjoyed. And then Creed 2 is he fights the Russian son. So Creed, the Russian is the guy who killed his dad, in the original Rocky movies. And so it was actually, I highly recommend it, everybody. And he was for the most part clean.
Good.
That's pretty
Good
important.
family watching.
Yeah. So are you big on movies?
I do. Me and my wife, we love watching out, and for us, it's a double fun because every week we watch pretty much one a Western American movie and one Indian movie.
Oh, that's cool.
So either we go to Star Cinema Grill or we have to go in downtown, not downtown, the Dunvale and Hillcroft area where they show Hindi movies. That was last week. We saw one of the funniest ever movie I've seen, an Indian movie.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the diff? I mean, I understand what the difference would be, but like, okay, like I guess like Hollywood movies and then like Indian movies. Like if you had to summarize the differences, like what are the main differences between the two?
So between Hollywood and Bollywood,
Hollywood and Bollywood. Yes.
I suppose if that's the right way
that's
to say
what they
it.
call
right?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Some people like it, some people don't like it, but that's Bollywood. The biggest difference, most of the movies in Bollywood are musicals. So there are inbuilt songs and, it's happy movies, basically. Lots of weddings. People, why do we watch a movie? Basically, is to our lives are already stressed out. So you want those 2 hours to be, in a dream world.
Yeah.
So that's the whole emotional ride over there that you go. Either it's a funny movie or a family movies. You go there and you forget about your real world stress. Lots of music and dance in the Bollywood music.
That's awesome.
Bollywood movies. Yeah.
So that's cool. The difference. I like musicals. My son does too, which is kind of interesting.
How old
And
is he? Your son is?
so he's 6 years old.
I have a 6-year-old.
Okay.
I have a 6-year-old. He loves. That is a fun age.
Yeah.
For especially son. It's we can do a lot together.
Yeah. They start understand. So we had just went to South Carolina for Thanksgiving, and he went whenever he was 3, but he didn't remember. He didn't remember any of the stuff, and I'm like, we stayed like on the beach, like over there, close to it, and so we went out there again, and it's something neat to me. But I have a jacket I wear all the time, and we were out there 3 years ago, and he picked up a seashell and gave it to me, and I just thought, I was like, oh, that's cool. And I didn't think much of it. Kind of washed it off, put it in my pocket, and I still have the jacket. And I still have that seashell in there, and I've kept it with me, like all this time. And so I've shared that story with him the other day. I didn't really tell anybody. I told my wife that the other day and him, and he was there, and he was like, kind of like neat. And it was something sentimental to me. So I had a good time there. Yeah. And he understood now, just like, oh, like, wow, we'll go back. I don't remember this at all. But
now on, what he remembers probably every trip you make, and he connects much more. And
yeah. And so my daughter, she's about to be 2 in February, but so now she's at a fun age too, where, we put up our Christmas tree last night, and now it's kind of like oh yeah, like I remember this, and, she didn't remember it last year, but I mean, I love kids. How many kids do you have?
I have one. I have a 6-year-old.
Okay. The one son.
Yeah.
You can have any more?
Well, never say no, as they say, but as of right now, my baby is little Bellamy and Coco. Those are the 2 babies we just had, twin. So we'll take care of them for next few months.
Coco and Bella, the twins.
Coco and Bella.
They actually conjoined twins, really.
Absolutely.
Blessed. We are blessed people. Go
If
ahead.
I have twins, that's why I'll call them Coco and Bella.
Those are beautiful names. They really are. They're great names.
Coco is a great name.
Yeah.
Hey, Coco. Coco, come here, Coco. That'd be funny. Maybe I could name my cat Coco, my next cat.
That'd be a good cat name too.
Coco would be a great cat
or
name.
Bella. Depending if it's a male or female,
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Manish, just for you. That's what I'm doing.
I have one more question. So, little Bellamia, you mentioned a panini, but you said a panino.
Yes.
So what's a panino?
So panini. So in Italian, the panini is a female, panino is a male. So
Oh,
what
okay.
is it's the same kind of panini bread. If you go, you will see a grilled sandwich.
Uh-huh.
And the paninos, basically, it's the fresh bread made in the pizza oven, So focaccia bread, and then it's just the texture is more of a pizza bread.
Okay, cool. I like that. I'd be willing to try that too. Man, I'm getting hungry thinking about this.
I'm so excited for lunch. I just invited everybody. If you're coming, come to Little Belmia for
Absolutely.
lunch today.
We'll have a reserved table. I have a community table which we can do a KHA table today.
That's cool. Gracie said she wants some crepes for lunch. Go do that. Go
Hey.
to Coco Crepes.
That means, guess what? We hit 20. So we get
that's
to
what's
give away
up.
these.
I see 20 people on here right now.
That's awesome. So maybe Gracie will win. So how do you want to do this? I'm thinking the best way is that I'll give my phone to Ethan, intern Ethan. Intern Ethan, the third person that calls in will get one, and the fifth person that calls in.
Okay.
Does that work?
But when? We're gonna say a key word. Everybody
Coco.
share this video out. No, we're gonna right now it's 10:38. We're gonna be on till 11. So sometime between now and 11 o'clock, we're gonna drop either a keyword or be like, hey, call now.
What is that keyword? Should we say it?
No. I say we just say call now. It's
Call
the thing
now.
where we call now.
Call now.
So if you don't
346
know, okay, yeah, Curt, tell them what the number is. Tell the people. The people need to know the phone number.
All right, it's 346-704-1806. Third caller, fifth caller, right now.
Right now?
346. Oh, I thought we said.
No, I said
Call
tell them what the number is so they know in the future.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Don't call now.
Don't call.
Don't call now. 346-704-1806. We'll tell you when to call.
Yeah, I have to apologize for my Curt.
I thought
He's
when you say call now, that means call now.
I didn't say call now. You did.
Oh,
But yeah, that is true. When you say call now, that means call now. Oh,
they want
man.
us to type it. 346
Hey, Lily said
704
Coco
1806.
is short for socorro in Spanish. Socorro means help in English. Coco also in Spanish for coconut, but still a cute name.
I saw that Little Bella stands for something in Italian. It means my beautiful.
My beautiful
My
little
beautiful.
Bella.
Yeah, my beautiful. I like
That doesn't
it.
count.
Bella,
That
Bella
doesn't
Mia.
count.
They typically call little girls as if you have a daughter, you call her
With Bella.
little Bellamy.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
That Gracie, that's not the right number.
Yeah, it's
Something I can do.
346-704-1806. Yeah, Curt, maybe pin that comment for us. But don't call now. We're going to tell you to call within the next 20 minutes. We're going to give away 2 of these cards where you can get a free item from Coco Crepes, either a coffee or a crepe.
People are calling.
Knock
it now.
yourself out. Yeah.
That doesn't count either, Ethan.
So whenever we were there, we had at Coco, we had the dessert panini, not the panini, the dessert crepes rather, but we didn't get to try any of the other ones because there are some that have, I guess,
Flavors,
like a meal.
a spinach, a chicken
Yeah.
and spinach, or a sausage, American sausage, a smoked salmon crepes. So there are we have full, turkey, ham. You can build your crepe. Basically, people don't realize with the lunch or dinner, you can have that. Crepes are more associated with sweet crepes, but
Yeah.
we have full options of sweet and savory.
Yeah, that's cool. So I have to ask, so your son, how good is his life that his dad owns a Coco Crepes and his dad owns like pizza, like the two things, like the kids are like, I love pizza, gelato, the ice cream and dessert. So what are his favorite items? Does he have any that he's just like, that's the one I want. I want that crepe, that gelato, or this is how I like my pizza.
Oh well, he's very basic. He likes s'mores. So he comes in. First thing he's asked will be a s'mores crepe or a waffle. He knows the way he wants it, and so he is very specific. I want so much marshmallows, and so a s'mores crepe is also very visual for kids. They can see this marshmallow burnt on the s'mores on the top, and that's for him. And pizza is since a kid he has always liked mushrooms and olives. So he's very simple. He wants a pizza with mushrooms and olives.
Yeah, that's cool. Is he vegetarian too?
He's a vegetarian.
That's cool. Yeah, there are a lot of health benefits that come from being a vegetarian.
But you had a doctor right before me, and I know you were not. He was not so kind about the pizza when he was talking
About the grain and the dairy.
Yeah, I'm just joking. But I was listening to him while driving here, and I said, let them talk about all this poop and pee and everything, and we'll take over after 30 minutes. So no, he was right. There's a detox, and being a vegetarian, it's not eating a red meat or white meat. It has inherent, especially your heart. heart loves to be a vegetarian.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Cholesterol, so you inherently you will have a low cholesterol if you're a vegetarian.
Yeah. Kurt, do you like olives?
No, I'm not getting olives on really anything.
He
Really?
likes pineapple, I believe. That's what last time we reached an agreement.
He doesn't
his
like
pizza
pineapple,
will have a pineapple.
but he's getting pineapple.
That's for lunch.
Kelly, for compliments from Kelly.
No,
Pineapple, Manish, I don't know if you can see my glare, but I'm glaring at the pineapple comment.
He says pineapple does not belong on pizza.
absolutely. It's a choice.
It's a choice.
Last time I was here, he went for skydiving. If you recall, the same day you went for skydiving.
Oh, the last time you were here, we went skydiving in the afternoon. Man, you could have been the last guest that I would have ever seen.
I know.
I was
And
a
then
little worried. He kept talking about the skydiving thing being pulled. Hey, I had to ask really fast. So at Little Bellamy, I feel like Gardy judges my choices when I go to restaurants all the time. And so like I go to like an Asian restaurant and I'll get like sweet and sour chicken, and he goes, that's like the chicken nuggets of Asian food, right? And I was
We got
like,
the sauce and the dipping. It's like a starter pack.
it's like the starter
Potentially,
pack.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I go and I order like chicken Alfredo, is that also the starter pack? Like
No.
No. Okay, so I'm
It's
good.
a choice.
It's a choice.
That's what's cool about going to Little Bella Mia. You can literally pick everything. And sometimes like people argue about pizza. Like whenever I ordered some pizza from the Domino's app on the phone, and you took the phone and went back and changed the order, so that way you could get like white sauce on all the pizza, and I was upset about it. Remember that? But like over there, you can individually order like, hey, you want the whites? You can get the the Alfredo sauce on the
sauce,
pizza.
or-
Yeah.
It's not the Alfredo sauce, it's the garlic parm sauce. Oh, I love garlic.
You will have a lots of options. You have garlic bread to the garlic, sauce to garlic, like real garlic, roasted garlic. So
Ooh,
you
yeah.
can put, good pasta would be with the garlic and a mushroom sauce.
Cool.
A roasted garlic mushroom sauce.
Yeah, let's take a quick break. Hey, you know what? Go ahead and give us a call now. 346-704-1806. What? The third and fifth caller? We're taking a break. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Coming up next, Citizen Way.
All right, so if you're watching right now on Facebook, if you are the third or the fifth caller, we will give you these new You wait, like you were just like,
To what?
we had like 8 people calling in. So you can call now, 346-704-1806. You just hang up.
Say your
the
caller
first-
one. Say your caller one. Call back.
You are caller number 1.
This is an automated voice.
Answer and then say caller 2.
They're gonna hate you.
Even's having
Ethan.
fun. Make sure you tell them to text. Hold on. So we got one caller in. 346-704-1806. If you call, we got one caller in. We're waiting on 2 and 3. Is no one calling? They're waiting to be that third. Uh-oh, there it is.
Someone said I'm here, third caller. They got a text.
Okay, next one. Third and fifth caller. Does our phone like take forever?
I think so. So, do you know Wes Owens? So remember how you were talking about the Christmas train thing? I guess I'm gonna have to give him a call later. So what happens is the phone lines are tied up. So Molly said that the voicemail comes on. So the
This
next
is
person who comes in is the winner, right? They're one of the
caller
winner.
number 3. Keep calling.
We should have did caller like 100. Caller 100 gonna be the winner.
Can I go grab a water?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Russ, how do you don't know this? It's coming to our phone. This is like, I'm the fifth caller. You don't know.
Well, someone had texted and said I'm the third caller.
That's funny.
That could be another option too, where we just say texters may be easier.
Text might be easier.
Yeah, but
Next
for
time.
this one, that's when Kurt comes up with stuff on the fly. This is the kind of nonsense that happens. We're gonna get a bunch of voicemails.
Well, there's already an end.
Also, that means we lose people on our stream whenever they have to turn off their phone and call. Molly was caller 1.
Holy cow! It's not ringing our phone.
Way to well, whoever is diligent.
Come on. Holy cow!
You're trying to call it or what?
No, we've literally had. Okay.
So we have a number. Don't say the number over the air. Call them back, because it shows missed calls, right?
Holy cow! Okay, I'm gonna take this next one. Right here. Calling this number.
Is someone
for our
calling?
winner.
Russ said he's calling from work phone. Look, someone's calling right now. See,
All right, there it is. It went through. This is Kurt with KHEA Radio. I know. I don't know what's going on. I think the phone is like.
Who is it?
Google Voice is how it is.
Who is it?
What's your name? Hey, it's Angie Butler.
Angie is a winner.
All right,
Angie, come eat lunch with us today.
All right.
Come to the community table.
See you in a little bit. Bye. I gotta hang up because our phone is gonna get like 80 voicemails. Bye. All right. So all right, next one to go through to our phone. Okay, so
People are not going to call because they're like, well, they know for a fact that
I'm
it's like, well,
calling
if I
this
call
number
next,
back.
they're not a winner. For what?
Here it is.
That's call number 4.
This is column number 4. Google Voice is gonna hate us. Somebody's singing on the end of the
Someone
other line.
said steering wheel. Hello, hello.
Hello.
On voice.
Yes, you did. Okay, so what's your name? All right, Celia.
Yay.
Celia Reyes.
Celia, you've won. Angie.
So
Angie said,
your
keep calling. It took me 18 times.
to this number to text this address, your address to this number.
Oh, dang.
I'll have that in the mail today. All right, bye.
Gracie, I'm sorry. You know,
It's Google Voice. If you
Angie-
hate us, it's Google Voice.
Angie had responded to Molly and said, keep calling. It took me 18 times to get there.
Literally, look how many missed calls we have. And it like
Okay, stop calling.
you can stop calling now. But
Away from
what
me.
we do is we use Google Voice, and so that rings both Gardy. My phone is gonna go off all day today. Now it's coming through. So what we do is we
Say it one more time. Say Google Voice one more time. I dare you.
Google Voice.
Say Google Voice one more time. I dare you.
And so it rings both Gardy and I's phones, and so I don't know why. Yeah, it did that.
So we have winners. I think it's Cecilia and Angie.
Angie
Are the
Butler and
winners.
Celia, and they will get those or those coupons. Hey, we will be announcing the winners of the Cocoa Crepes gift cards on Friday, and we also have 2 Cocoa Crepes coupons for that as well.
So 2 people who just tagged their friends are going to win that. So make sure that you did that, and you can have the opportunity to win.
I love giving away things. Okay, so next time it's a text message. Next time it will be a lot easier to do text, and then we can. There was definitely like 100 phone calls, so we could have probably got to a caller 100. That's crazy. Thank you guys so much. I wonder how. Yeah, the bigger stations probably have like a computerized system that monitors and says, "Oh, this is answer this call."
You may think that we are or just they are putting a random call and say you're a 100 caller.
They could do that
They
too.
could. We could have done. Could have done that.
But we have our Facebook would tattle on us. We'll be like, yeah, sure, you're the winner. We like to try and follow our own rules that we make up for some reason. Like
Anna's mad. She's like, I called 17 times and nodded till the end. It rang, but got hung up on.
Anna, call us
Oh.
now. We'll talk to you.
Anna's like, I'm never calling again.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, we got 2 minutes left. We can go back on, and then it'll take us
Yeah, we have an
We'll
intern
review.
too, Andrea, but he doesn't. He sleeps in the chair.
Why are you so sleepy? You need some espresso. You need some coffee.
Man, you were done moving by like 9:30 last night. Like we were done moving. Did you go home and go to bed, or did you go home and play video games?
Ooh. Did you talk to your girlfriend on the phone?
Intern Ethan's got a girlfriend.
Ethan,
What kind of razor run, Andrea? What's a razor run? Andrea said he has a girlfriend. What is a razor run?
I don't know. The only razor I remember is like either for your face or the cell phone or scooter. Razors.
Gracie says y'all should
Somebody.
just save my number and answer when I call.
All right. Is this Gracie?
This is Curt with KHEA Radio.
Hi, this is Anna calling back.
Hey Anna, sorry that you didn't win.
It's okay. I'm glad somebody won though, right?
Next
Yes.
time, right?
Did you like, share, and comment on the other Coco video yet?
I'm sorry?
Did you like, share, and comment on the Coco video?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun listening to the guys talk and they were saying jokes and stuff. We were all laughing. My sister and I.
Nice. Good job. Yeah. Hey, we'll definitely be doing more giveaways in the future. One day, we're gonna give away a car.
You got this.
One day, it will be a free car,
Oh, that's awesome.
but we got to get that car first.
But not today.
Manish, you want to donate your car for us to give away?
We're going to try and give away Kurt's car when he gets
All right.
one.
Thank you for listening. Stay tuned. For more. We'll hope like tomorrow that you tune in as well.
Yeah, I sure will. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Okay, we got 6 seconds. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
We have Manesh, the owner of Little Bella Mia and Coco Crepes in studio. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you for joining us. So if you are just joining in, maybe on 99.5 FM or KHEAradio.com, you missed out on a lot of fun. We just gave away some free crepes, some free coffee, and we have 2 winners. So congratulations to Angie Butler. Congratulations to, I think it was Cecilia. Is that who the winner was, Curt?
Yes, Celia.
Cecilia. Yeah,
I have her name here.
you
yes.
are the winners, and y'all are going to be able to claim those. I think we already decided how we're going to get those to you guys. So anyways, thank you again for listening and participating, and we're going to be giving away some more stuff, and the next one's Friday. We're giving away some more Coco Crepes gift cards. There's 3 gift cards for $50, and we were kind of discussing earlier.
It's like 24 crepes. Oh, wait. I have 24 crepes in my hand.
Yeah.
But $50 can get you about 8 crepes. So you could like literally
Pretty
feed.
bring a whole family, a good family for the coffees, crepes, and have a nice, good meal. So
Yeah, so if you win this, take your family, go enjoy yourself, and we're very thankful.
And it's
for you
gelato.
making
It's
that happen.
Ice cream. Like ice cream, coffee. Do you remember the gelato?
I do
It's
remember
so good.
gelato. What's the difference between gelato and ice cream? Because there is a difference, right?
there is. So gelato is basically, if you go in Italy and you say ice cream, they'll be a little offended. It's Italian ice cream, more creamier, more richer, and more smoother. So when you try it, you'll feel the difference. The way I explain sometimes, ice cream has lots of air, so this is more dense and more creamy.
Oh, cool. The first time I think I had gelato was in New York, like in the Little Italy district.
Mhm.
And so they'll have these stands and carts on the side of the road, and you can just come up and they'll serve you
That's
up, and it's gelato. And it's good. Yeah, so you can go have some at Coco Crepes. You can also get coffee. If you haven't seen the video, then you need to go check it out. I believe it's our pinned video on KHEA Radio's Facebook page. You can go check it out. Make sure you follow the instructions, like the video, comment on the video, share the video out so everybody can see it, and you will have the opportunity to win one of 3 gift cards. It's really easy to do, and it's a lot of fun. Go check it out.
Yeah. So, Manish, really fast here. Tell us a little bit one more time. When can we expect Little Bella Mia to be like grand opening and everything's ready to go?
It's ready to go. So if I didn't explain right, it's ready to go. Anybody can come. It's
Okay.
When we opened the door yesterday, and
Mhm.
it's ready for anybody who can walk in and have order the meal and the food. what the grand opening is more of a marketing thing, nothing else than a marketing, so that once you are comfortable to bring in bigger crowds, that's the staff is enough trained, and they feel comfortable with the menus and everything. So, but as of today, we opened the doors yesterday for the people, and
It's awesome. So we have a couple minutes left. Can you kind of share maybe the location if somebody is not familiar with where you're located and the style of food that Little Bella Mia is going to have?
So we are located on I-45 southbound, going toward Galveston, exit number 20. The good landmark is Cabela's. We are in the parking lot of Cabela's. If you know Jimmy Changa's, we are right across the Jimmy Changa's, right in front of across the Jimmy Changa's on I-45. Regarding the food, as I said, this is a concept. We have two concepts together. One is Coco Crepes, another is Little Bella Mia. Together you have it's a nice little European joint. You have an options of crepes, waffles, coffees, smoothies, paninis, pizzas, pastas, paninos, salads, beer and wine. So there is something for everybody. From a little like a 1-year-old, they can have a little scoop of gelato, up to fathers, grandfathers, and we see those families coming of 8 to 10, and on single table you have this different everything.
That's awesome.
That's.
I have a question about getting there. Like if we're coming from here, so we're heading south and we're going north on I-45, do I have to take the 96 and U-turn?
No,
or is it connected?
You go to 646. You take if you're coming from south, the best way is to come on 646 exit and take a left. There's HEB on the left hand side. Right behind the HEB, there's a cut where you can go there.
Okay, awesome.
And lots of people don't know about that. But once more restaurants, Abuelo's is open now. The Olympia Grill next door is open now. There's another Kabuki, a Japanese restaurant will be open probably in a month or so.
That's
The
awesome.
whole cluster will have 6 restaurants.
That's amazing. That's what we need.
And-
we need more
good
options
food.
and
They're
good
all-
food.
and
Yeah.
good food. They're all quality food. So
Yeah.
the Olympia Grill. I don't know if you have been there, but it's very good quality. A Greek food. So,
I went there on Sunday.
Okay. So
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. And one of the staff there, she actually won a gift card to Gilhooly's with us before, and she was like, "Hey, yeah, I'm working there. Y'all need to come out." So I saw her there, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" So it was kind of cool to be there and to enjoy Olympia Grill. But right now it's 11 o'clock. Manish, thank you so much for joining us.
thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me, and I hope to see you all for the lunch.
We will.
We'll be right over there.
We'll be
Man,
there.
I'm
I'll
so
be
hungry,
there,
ready
and-
for it.
This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Coming up next is some Hillsong. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 8:30 on Kickstart. Y'all have an awesome day.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Yes.
Okay, because I know her.
Yeah, we know Angie. She's awesome.
She's all-